Hello everyone, welcome to ALR Gold, and we are here at the United States Grand Prix in the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. Of course, it's the music capital of the world, isn't it, in these parts of the world, so this is going to be an absolutely fantastic race as well. Of course, look at the track layout just in front of us right now. We are in, we are in Austin, aren't we? 20 turns around this circuit. We have 5.5 kilometers long or 3.4 miles long, depending on your measure of unit on that kind of jazz then. And we are raring to go then, and I cannot wait for this one to get going as well. We are getting into the very tense period of the race now, the season now as well. So, and we're also kind of back to the future, seeing about what's going to happen in the future as well, as we got a couple of drivers that will be making their full debuts. I have no doubt about it next season as well. Is in the grid, so very interesting stuff indeed. Then we've got, of course, and Glock is stolen my thunder already. As he said, evening all. We'll talk about Glock in just a few moments. Got Jonathan Cox. Good evening, John. Good evening all. Hello. We got Mumford. Hello. We got Laggy Racer and Mr. Lightshead. They're very keen to get going, aren't they, here tonight then? And you've also got oh dear, as Laggy has forgot to drop the kids off at the pool kind of thing. I've also got Jonathan hoping for a good result as well. So we're into qualifying one. Let's quickly go through the drivers and the constructors standing, shall we? Last time out, I think that was the first time in a couple of races that I think 3-4 races actually that Emerson actually took points out of Granty's championship lead. It had gone up to an incredible I think it was 42 points, something like that. Well, now it's down to 35, and Granty has hit the 300 mark. He is now 304 points then, and he is 35 points in front of Emerson, who is second, with Nigel in third position. Currently Nigel is just about in the championship hunt, but if he gets outscored by Granty tonight, then that means he's out of the championship as well. So that's unfortunate for Nigel, but it's a long shot anyway. Jonathan in fourth position, then he's 176 points behind him. I think currently he's kind of in no man's land in the championship, isn't he? Fireshot is in fifth position there. He's gone up one. Murphy dropping down one position. He is down to sixth. Young Lights having a fantastic season in his own. Farfate, Vesley in ninth, and Stee in 10th position. Mumford Moon at 2 position in the title. He is in 13th position. Then Laggy also Moon at 1 position. He's up to 15th. Sam dropping down into 16th position. Tansy out of the relegation zone, which means Paynes is in the relegation zone at this moment in time. Oh, very murky out there indeed, isn't it? Goodness gracious me. We have also got in the constructors, it is Williams leading at the moment, but it's very tight in the constructors as well as the drivers, isn't it? 20 points separates the Williams and the Mercedes. Goodness me, it's nip and tuck. Racing Point is in third position there. They're 59 points behind the leaders at the moment. Alfa Romeo is in fourth position as well. I think those are the top four that can win the constructors now. After that, everyone else is unfortunately out of their hands then. Toro Rosso is in fifth position. Sixth position is Haas. Red Bull seventh. Renault is eighth position. Ninth is Ferrari, and 10th is the McLaren team then. And good stuff indeed. Goodness me then. We have got as we're just having a look then, it's Laggy's just having a couple of problems there. We've got Razor. How's it going, Razor? Picking Nigel for the win tonight, and good pick indeed, my good man. Now, of course, the champion from season 1, isn't he? So Nigel is definitely a good hand in a Formula 1 car, isn't he? We have also got Mumfords. There is no relegation. Well, technically there isn't now, no. Even though I think there is one person who will be going down. And Mr. Lights, dry quality, dry race. Beautiful stuff indeed then. As coming out of the pits now is Mr. Elite as well. Goodness me, they're all very keen on getting out there at the moment, aren't they? I'm loving this. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed then. Unfortunately, I wanted to have a couple of minutes to just talk about the guys making their debut tonight, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have a chance here. But let's try and squeeze it in, shall we? So of course, we got a Jake the Slayer, and hopefully he'll be doing no slaying tonight unless it's slaying the times and nothing else. But he will be in the Toro Rosso tonight and replacing New F1, who is I think he's got his feet up tonight. So, but I'm sure that Jake Slayer. Let's see how he does then on his debut here in ALR. So, looking forward to seeing what he can do. Really good stuff indeed. Then, as also we have also got Droftas in the Ferrari. Of course, he will be as it currently stands in the silver. As we've got a yellow flag in the final sector. It's one of the Alpha Romale's there. It's Laggy Racer just starting his lap now. Yeah, so Drofast will be coming up from silver. I have no doubt about that. He's been fantastic, hasn't he? Brilliant stuff indeed then. We have also got Lost Souls. You may not recognise that name. I didn't recognise that name until just a minute ago. Of course, that is 00, who has got an identity crisis here tonight, similar to someone else. I can't remember who it was. I think it was someone else had a different name as well in Austria, didn't they? But yeah, so Lost Souls, he might have lost his soul, but he is still 00 at heart. We've also got Glock, who is in the Red Bull course. He is the first ever silver champion of the world, and he'll be making a and he will also be making an appearance here in gold tonight as well. All three of those guys, all four of those guys are making their debuts here tonight. Then good stuff indeed. Then as evening, as Brandon saying, evening Sean, sorry I can't race tonight. Hope you good. I'm very good. And of course, Brandon's asked if he can get pole. Well, I'm not sure if you'll be able to tonight, Brandon, but usually you are a man that's in the thick of it, aren't you? Drops asking, I'm eating pizza balls and going to track early. No time for that then. And Ayrton saying this is going to be a tasty race, and I think that might have also been a bit of a plug on Droftas having some pizza balls. I don't even know they had pizza balls actually. My goodness me, my mind's just been blown by that. Fantastic stuff indeed then. Laggy Racer there is just coming through the turn 18 now, and so of course that was modelled, wasn't it? After the that was modelled after the turn 8 here in Turkey, wasn't it? Of course, that formidable turn 8 in Turkey. Brilliant track indeed. And Laggy goes fast as on a 34.686 at the moment. Here's the first man to post the time then around US of A, as he is just coming to the top of the hill. Then of course that is a very steep incline as well. Sam has got invalidated his time at the moment. We have also got Mr. Elite then, who's on track at the moment in the McLaren. Good stuff indeed. We have also got a couple of other guys out there as well. Here on board, Jake the Slayer. So here comes the Slayer now as he is coming into turn 17 as well. Oh, we've got a bit of sun glare in there. Vesi's gone fast on the 32.0 then. So let's see what Vesi can do. We've got yellow flags fluttering all around turn 19 and 20 here. We're on board with the Slayer now, and he comes through turn 19, and this is a very difficult turn indeed, the turn 19 is, but then he goes into turn 20 then, and he is coming up to the line as well. Then there's two DRS zones around here. The Slayer goes into third fast zone. He's 2/10 of a second in front of Laggy Racer. Well, good stuff indeed. Sam is going to have to go have another crack around this track again. Mumford also on track as well, going through the S's, which was modelled after the incredible Maggots and Beckett section of Silverstone, wasn't it? So again, it hasn't got the has it, of Silverstone? No, has it, to say the least. But nevertheless, yeah, I think that some of this track, I feel that you either love it or hate it, really, don't you? I think I was talking to, I think it was Nosey a couple of weeks ago, actually, about this track. I think he was, I'm not sure if he was being sarcastic or not, but I think he enjoys this circuit. I'm not a fan of this circuit, personally, but, yeah, I don't know, really. So that's kind of like the Marmite end factor to it, really, isn't it? You either love it or you hate it. Unfortunately, I'm not a fan of it. Nosey is, and I'm sure that there's a lot of other drivers that are probably yin and yang about this, aren't they? As yellow flag in front of turn 1, then as someone is someone is just getting out of the way, I think, as we're on board Mumford as he comes into the very twisty sector 3 of US of A, and away he goes now then. So yeah, he's invalidated his time, unfortunately, so that's not good at all, is it? So that's a little unfortunate for Mumford, so he's going to have to go around again then. But nevertheless then, but he does have a lot of time, doesn't he? We're on board Steve at the moment in the Haas, and his teammate Farshot is going over the crest of turn 9 and dropping down in turn 10 as one. Tansley, who's also another man who's having a bit of an identity crisis here tonight, as he is gone. He's now in a yellow car, isn't he, rather than a red car. He is in the Renault car 75. He's also invalidated this time as well. We'll leave him to it, shall we? Steed coming down the back straight as well, I think. You know, he's going on the back straight. I apologise, I was in the complete wrong area. I keep having a look up in the sky and just seeing if it's raining or not at the moment. It's not raining, but it's very dull out there, isn't it? I've expected a few droplets of rain. Fireshot is gone, it's had a very good sector 2 there, hasn't he? He's gone purple. I think that's his personal best at the moment then. And he's away now, coming into turn 18 as well, and as he flicks it. There is 4 apexes there on turn 18, and of course, as I said, there was modelled after the Istanbul turn 8 formidable corner, and but unfortunately it's not as quick in there. So I think you need a longer straight, don't you? Oh, fire shot, might need a longer straight there in between turn 19 and 20. He goes across the line. He's 5/10 of a second off the pace of Vezi at the moment. Vezi has really set a very good benchmark at the moment. My goodness me, that's going to stand up, and he's really stood up in his seat on that one, hasn't he? Coming out of the final turn, NSD, then he goes on the line and he's done a 33-4. Good 17. Yellow flags is fluttering for Ferrari, and his Vickers dropped ass there, who's just coming out of the he's for the other one of Lost Souls, as he may have got a little lost there in turn at 20. And I gotta say that puns is just going to be continuing all night probably, because I am very sad like that as well. Here comes Drop Fast, and as I said, he's making his debut here tonight in gold. Of course, remember, he's been a seasoned veteran in silver, hasn't he? Drop Fast, as I think it's great to see him in gold here tonight, and fantastic stuff indeed. Then let's see what the young man could do then. He's coming into turn 20 as well then, and sticking in there, tickling the second gear, and now he goes away now. Of course, 2 DRS zones around here, and he goes third fast over there, for 100 of a second off Young Lights at the moment. Good stuff from the Ferrari driver, beautiful stuff indeed. Then there's the second Ferrari. Oh, but he's invalid his time. Jonathan, who's had a very successful day, I think he's had a 4th, a 3rd and a 2nd so far in 3 league races he's had so far. Goodness me, he's got a heavy Sunday, hasn't he? My Sunday usually consists of eating a lot of meat and drinking a lot of Pepsi. And here comes Jonathan coming around turn 20 as well. Let's see what he can do then. Out of the final turn, and here he goes then. DRS wide open, and he goes fastest so far on a 31 now. 6/10 of a second in front of Vesley. Sorry, I got a I had some, I don't know, I think I had a bit of hair here around my nostril, and it was really annoying me. Here comes 00. Of course, he has Lost Souls on his gamer tag, but he's normally known as a 00 then. And I've got to catch up with some of the comments there. 3 races before the end of the season, and you finally get my name right. I know, I gotta say, it's because I was speaking to Nosey before, and I heard your pronunciation, but that is probably going to be, I'm going to go back to the old ways in a minute. I have no doubt about that whatsoever. We have also got Razor saying, I'm going to be very interested to see if Glock can trump this gold league, just like he has in the silver one. Very interesting indeed. That's what I'm really interested in about as well. Remember, we also got a title fight going on as well here tonight, so there's going to be Young Lights is in the wall. I think it's the pit. Is it? Oh goodness gracious me! He has gone into the wall. I think. Oh, he's done a cool fart. He's done a cool fart. I think, if I'm not very much mistaken. Let's take a look. I don't think I can see. I think he has gone to the wall. Then what a shame there for Young Lights. Then my goodness me, that's not good at all. I think there's a Ferrari coming in the pit. So hopefully I can see some more. His car has been taken out of the way. I don't know what's happened there, but Young Lights is out of qualifying. What a horrific start then for Young Lights, and goodness me, that is not good at all, is it? Emerson's gone second faster and all that shenanigans going on. Tansy is back out on track at the moment, and so is Nigel, and we're on board Nigel right now. Let's go back to the old comment section, shall we, a bit quick. We've got Laggy Racer as losing the bias was too high. I was losing rear everywhere in the first lap there, and the guy that sings Desperados drives in the F1 race. Oh, okay. All right. I don't know who that guy is. Is he in here? Is he? Oh goodness me! Does it? Whoever sings Desperado, put your hand up. And to us, I'm now starting to figure that song there. Put your hand up for Detroit. I love this silly, or is it a lovely city? I don't know. We've also got Darren, happy birthday, Sean, for the other day. Thank you, Darren. And he also called me a beast as well, so I have to read that one out, don't I? Yeah. To be honest, it's like I've been described a bit of a beast, but unfortunately it's probably for the beast from Beauty and the Beast, really. Anyway, we've also got Darren saying, and even though granting Glock is mouth-watering, it really is said. Mr. Young Lights there said, I am stupid, done a 130.7 in TT, was ready, and I have to start from the back, damn it. As Laddie Gray saying desperate. I don't know what that is. I don't even know. I'm sorry, like I'm not cool. So is it a song of some kind? I don't know. Anyway, we're coming out of the final turn. Tansy goes into 11 fast mode, and he's done a 33 at 6 so far. Jake the Slayer is 8/10 of a second away at the moment, but this is his first league race here in ALR, so it's a bit daunting at the moment, isn't it? Mumford's invalidated again. Then 00's out of Dragon Mode, so is Glock as well. And let's take a look and see what let's take a look and see what Glock is doing at the moment, shall we? He is coming over the crest of the hill then before going down there. It's a long straight. There's 2 DRS zones around here, one on the start finish straight, and of course one on this back straight as well. And he drops down then into turn 11. I think, now as you can see, very murky here in Austin. Remember that race in 2015? I remember it quite well because I was getting a bit jolly waiting for the qualifying session to start on a night out. So yeah, I was getting very irritated, to be honest, but there you go. Here comes Glock, then he comes through the final turn as well. Remember, this man has had 11 pole positions in silver, as he has only been beaten twice in his qualifying attempts in silver. Let's see what he can do here in gold tonight. This is first take. He's invalidated Glock out, so he's going to have to go around again then. Granty is coming around the final turn as well. Let's see what he can do then as well. Granty coming out the final turn. Let's see, he has gone third fast road. He's 31.8 there from Granty, and Murphy also out on track as well. It's good to see Murphy back in the car, and it's great stuff indeed. And Glock is invalidated, and he's also invalidated his second time lap as well. With just under 5 minutes to go, Glock is under pressure already. Then the silver champion is really up against it, isn't he? Goodness gracious me, then this is going to get very tense indeed, isn't it? We're just taking a look then as Emerson saying hopefully get a good result today, since it's my 21st birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Emerson. And yeah, of course, Emerson winning the race last time out in Spain, didn't he? A fantastic result there. One of Emerson's best drives of his career, I would say. Los Sols then is on the lap at the moment. We've also got Murphy out on track as well. Then Murphy's just starting us up then, so we'll keep a good eye on a 00 for now in car 90. We've also got most popular song for the past few years, but it's okay. Oh yeah. I got to say, the last song that I listened to that was #1 was U2, With or Without You. I think. Oh no, wait, it might have been even Bonnie Tyler or something like that. I don't know. As you can see, I'm an 80s man. We have also got Ayrton saying a battle between Grant and Glock could see Emo slip through and get the win there. Darren saying happy birthday, Emo. Good stuff indeed. Then Ayrton saying thank you, and lovely stuff indeed. Then as we're just watching that 00 then, who is floating through turn 18 as well. We shall flick it into 19. Let's see what he can do then. Droft Assen is in a 6th position at the moment then, isn't he? Remember, he's won the silver drivers here tonight then, and his teammate, oh God, he is out of the race, out of qualifying, but that's because he's just coming to the pits then. So he really threw me there, didn't he? Glock is still in problems. It's down problems. Oh, here comes Murphy. He is currently 5th position at the moment in the championship, and just shows the high caliber of this man, isn't it? As he was, as I think overall, I think he was saying he was a bit disappointed with the season in ALR this year, but my goodness me, still to be for 6th position in the Drivers' Championship, it's absolutely phenomenal, isn't it? And he is currently 5th position in the standards. Tansy is back out at the moment. Then we got Jake the Slayer also on track as well. He's done 2 laps on these soft tyres then. In the drop zone we have the both Renaults of Tansy, Farf, Mumford and Glock, who all haven't set times just yet then, so they're going to have to really get back out on track now, aren't they? So here comes Jake then, as he is now coming into the final part of that then. Of course, this track has 3 distinct sectors here, doesn't it? Of course, sector 1 is it's fast and flowing now, sweeping corners there, isn't it? Gives you a bit of an adrenaline rush. Sector 2 is about power, isn't it? And just seeing how much grunt and how much downforce you have on the car, or lack of it. And then the final sector is more technical, isn't it? It's left, right, and yeah, shake kind of thing. We're just watching Tance there, who has gone through the Verstappen corner, or was it called the Verstopper, wasn't it? Well, he is currently 16th for the moment, and he needs to go for a lap then. Mumford's out on track as well, so is Glock as well. This is going to get, oh, lovely shot here from the rear wing of Mumford. Look at that, look at the beautiful body there of Mumford's car, and that's absolutely fantastic. It really is then. Oh, loving that then. As he's coming down, oh goodness me, and who's that? That's an Alfa Romeo. They're just going through that Slacky Racer. That's quite a we got, oh, lovely shot here from the nose cone of the Renault. It's Tansley then, who of course has had 4 starts out for Ferrari. Well, he's decided to go for yellow tonight then, but he'll still be scoring. I think he still will be scoring for Ferrari. So as unfortunately we just had to add a last minute change of cars. It's great to have 19 cars on the field. He's meant to have 20, so I'm not sure where the second Williams is. But once again, Grant is going to have to fly the flag. Oh, goodness me, Tansy's off the track. I haven't seen a car crash there before. And he was just running out wide. That was Understeer City. And unfortunately, here in the music capital of the world, unfortunately, Tansy is on the wrong note there. He is out of qualifying, and he has ripped off the front right part of the car. And oh dear, Tansy is the first man out. Jonathan's retired from the session, and on board Mumford then, who is also Mercedes are in the Constructors Championship battle as well. Granted, the only Williams here tonight as it stands at the moment. And can Mumford give him help his teammate and get himself back up there? That is the question then. On board now then. Glock is coming through. We've got 25 seconds to go. Plus how many other seconds I'm behind or in front of everyone else in the world, which is basically standard stuff really, isn't it? As we're just now watching the Mercedes then and coming through the first sector as well. Over turn 10 then. Getting a bit flighty there. That's where Tansy damaged the car. He is out of qualifying. We've had 2 crashes here. We've had Young Lights in the pit exit. Entrance. And we've also had Tansy there coming out of turn 10. Not good at all then. Coming down the back straight. And we've got a lot of cars there in front at the moment. We're keeping an eye on Tansy. Look at that. Oh, lovely shot here from the side pod. Facing rearwards. A car 29. That's the Mercedes Benz car. And it's Mumford who's currently 18th. He hasn't set a time yet, has he? And there's gloom in the gloom of doom really of Austin. It's a very murky day out there, isn't it? I was hoping for a bit of sunshine, really. Maybe catch up on me and maybe get myself a bit of the tan there, but unfortunately that's not the case at the moment, is it? Coming into a turn 17 as well, then accelerated away. Remember, that's where Hamilton overtook Rosberg in 2015 to claim the World Championship. Really good stuff indeed. That was a very unusual weekend, wasn't it, in Austin? Was it? Of course, the qualifying and the race took place on the same day, didn't it? Which only happens a couple of times in history. Usually in Japan, isn't it? 2004 and 10. And I'm sure we had one recently as well, didn't we? Mumford coming over to the line as well, and where does he goes into the top 10 there. Good stuff from Mumford. Farf is out qualifying. Jake the Slayer's out qualifying, and Tansy's out qualifying as well then. So what about Glock then? I think he might also be pushing the Young Lights out as well. So it's between the 2 Red Bulls. Which of the 2 of the Red Bulls is going to be knocked out? Is both of them going to be knocked out? Lovely shot. Wow, he almost took off my nose there. Incredible stuff then. He comes around the final turn as well then. Car 95, the champion of silver, and here he comes then, and he has gone fast on the 31 free there. Glock does, and he is going to end his first qualifying session in gold. Fastest then, because Glock has absolutely teared up the rules before they even got going in silver, don't they? I have a feeling he's going to be the one silver record holders for a very long time then. He's got in target then those 11 wins that are set by Grant at the moment. Of course, the 9 pole positions set by Jonathan at the moment. Those are the two records to want, and of course the big one, the World Championship, which of course will be next season. Of course, he cannot win it this season, but he would definitely be in the running next season, won't he? Good stuff indeed then. As we're just on board there with the side pod then of Glock there. So he was fastest there by 10th of a second from Jonathan in second then. Our attention must focus down for the unfortunately 5 cars that are out of qualifying then. And we have lost Farf, we have lost Tansley, we have lost Jake the Slayer, we have lost Steve as well. I'm surprised Steve's out of qualifying. I thought it would have been Young Lights there, so that's a bit of a shock then. We've also lost that Young Lights also out of qualifying as well then. So those are the 5 cars that have been knocked out of qualifying, and we are now going to advance into qualifying 2 in just a few moments time as well. That qualifying 1 then was very good stuff indeed, wasn't it? So yeah, as we go into qualifying 2 then, and this just gives us a quick reminder of the state of play in the qualifying this season then. Jonathan, as I mentioned earlier on, he's had 7 pole positions this season. He's been absolutely immaculate, hasn't he? Grant, he's been really impressive in qualifying. He's had 4 pole positions. And then Emerson has got 3, and then of course we've got a couple of pole positions there. I think Fisher's had 1 pole position before, hasn't he? And a couple of other guys have also been scattered, have had pole positions here and there as well. So yeah, Jonathan has been the benchmark of qualifying so far. If he gets pole position today and next week, then he will be the top pole sitter of this season, and I think ever as well, because I don't think anyone's ever had more than 5 pole positions in a season, I think, if I'm not very much mistaken. Sam is out of the pit lane quite quickly then here in Q2, so we're 30 seconds into qualifying 2 then, so this is going to get very interesting indeed, isn't it? We are aiming to lose 11th to 14th with unfortunately Young Lights damaging the car and unable to continue on, which is a big shame there, isn't it? And that is such a shame indeed then, as we're now just getting ready for cars coming on out at the moment then. So we've got Williams out there at the moment and Grant's there is out there. He wants to get a banker lap in. Of course, he is the championship leader at the moment with 35 points. Can he be the first man in ALR history to be a double world champion? That is what he's aiming for at the moment then. He has got a 35 point buffer over Emerson, who is second at the moment now. That is his most realistic championship rival, isn't it? Unfortunately, Nigel has been very consistent this year, but he's only had 1 win, hasn't he, to his name, which is probably why he's so far back, whilst Granty has had an incredible season, hasn't he? He's been been absolutely dominated this season, hasn't he? He's had 8 wins so far, 13 podiums as well, and 6 fastest laps. That's absolutely stellar stuff, isn't it, from Granty? He's on the medium tire at the moment then, so that's because he wants to start this race on whatever the best race tyre, and of course soft tyres I don't think will last too long around here perhaps, and so Granty is going to go onto the medium compound tyre then, and in the Williams then, and we'll see where he goes from there, as he is now coming through turn 18 as well then. Of course, as it's not as formidable as the turn 18 in Istanbul, as you're probably aware now. I've mentioned that 3 times, haven't I must miss the Istanbul circuit. Well, what I'd love to see in the new game, which unfortunately ain't going to happen, is of course having classic circuits on there. I know Big Turkey should be one as well. I did lobby for Korea as well, but I don't think that's going to get a very popular vote. I've got to say I did like Korea, to be fair. The last sector is Tansi's left the session there, so unfortunately, so hopefully Tansi can come back in fairly soon. He, of course, unfortunately damaged the car, didn't he, in qualifying 1 there, which really didn't help him at all. They're on board with Granty, and of course he is the defending champion, isn't he, of gold. He's been fantastic, hasn't he, this season. Remember that last season he was the world champion, but this season he's broken all his own records. He's broken through the glass ceiling, Granty, after this season. I think he's been absolutely phenomenal, Granty. I couldn't believe it, but he stepped up. He stepped up a couple of gears this season, hasn't he? He's been brilliant, and he's coming out of the hairpin now then, and down the back straight. And you can see then we are going up and down, left and right like a roller coaster. Or I don't really know that song, to be honest. I think the only song I know about roller coaster is Roland Keaton. Is once again I am showing my age here tonight, as I didn't even know what Laggy Racer was talking about with that Desperado song or whatever it's called. So there we go, and I love the shot here from Granty in the Rocket Williams then. Of course, Granty is once again having to fly the flag on his own for the Williams. His team's had very unfortunately Roscoe's had to pull out for the remainder of the season, and Paynes has gone AWOL, missing without leave, hasn't he, tonight? So Granty is once again then fighting the Williams camp on his own here tonight then. So let's see what he can do then as he's coming through the final turn as well. Remember, Granty has already won 1 constructors title last season with the Renault team, and he would love to have done it with the Williams here again tonight, but I think he has done a 32.9. It would be incredible if he does to do it again this season, wouldn't it? Because it's been a very, it's been very up and down, hasn't it? Now Vesey is going second at the moment, and he is 3/10 of a second away from Granty at the moment. Laggy Racer's gone third fastest course. Laggy Racer returning back to the fold then and helping the Alfa Romeo team strengthen their third position there. Murphy has gone third fastest at the moment. He is on the soft tires there, but I don't believe that from Daniel. I think he has got, I think he's very much showing a bit of cloak and dagger there, isn't he? Sandwich to start his laps right. We've got 1 of the Haas is coming through then. His far shot is unfortunately we have lost Steel already in this session, as a far shot has gone 4 fastest on the hard tyre then. Interesting stuff indeed. Mr. Lee has gone 4 fastest on the medium compound tyre then. Into the pits is one of the Red Bulls there, is Glock then, who is only 1 Red Bull there. Emerson is on track at the moment then, but I'm not interested in Emerson for the moment there. Of course, the man who will be 21 tomorrow, goodness me, then he's almost close to his old age pension there, isn't he? Mumford goes to second fastest moment there. He's a 10th staying away from Granty in second position there. Good stuff indeed there for the Mercedes driver then. It's yellow flag in sector 1 and 2 then. It's I think it's just cars that are slowing down at the moment then, and now he is coming on the back straight then, as Sam is then, and he is just going away as well. So unfortunately I think Sam is invalidated his time again then, and he's just cruising out the way at the moment. So we've got Emerson on the outlaw moment. We've got Droffas also out there as well in the Ferrari, and car 12 then. We've got Jonathan, who's in the pits one. We've got Nigel out there as well, and we've also got 00 who is called Lost Souls here tonight there. Is that game Lost Souls? I think it might be. I don't know, to be honest. Unfortunately, I'm more of a sporty man, and even that I'm really rubbish on all the sporty games. But I think Lost Souls is a game, isn't it? I don't know. I think it might even be a classic, mightn't it? If any of you guys can tell me whether I'm right or wrong, which I have a feeling I am very much wrong now. So all going over the crest there before dropping down the hill then from 00 then. 00 there is, I gotta say, it was also been impressive, hasn't he, in Silver. The only problem with 00 is he doesn't finish many races, does he? He's either win or bust, isn't he? He either gets some good points or is out of the race there, unfortunately, for 00 then. If he gets a bit of consistency, and then maybe we'll be throwing him in for a championship challenger in next season. Of course, ALR be in their 4th season next season. Goodness me, time flies, and we'll be on the F1 2020 game then. No breaks at all as well for the next season calendar, which will be released very momentarily indeed then. So yeah, yeah, so it's going to be a very heavy season next season, so we're looking forward to it as well. We go to the new locations, don't we? Of where are we going? Oh, we're going to Vietnam, aren't we? Oh, that Mercedes there on the inside, they're going over the stopper. Yeah, we're going to Vietnam first, and then as Lost Souls is coming into the pits, and so he's banning that time there. Nigel starting this up moment. Droftass is at the moment is on the technical part of the lap then, so let's keep an eye on see what Droftass is doing at the moment. Car 12 and car 12 in the Ferrari then, and let's see what he do then as he accelerates away. Goodness me, then you guys are great to see you guys all watching here today. Brilliant stuff indeed as well as Granty has just caught my eye, which he always does, doesn't he, the handsome young devil. He has said, hello my husband, how are you? I am fine, Vettel, today, as also you notice that I said Vettel, as there's a Ferrari on track as well. Droftass goes into full fast mode, as I'm trying my best to say his name correctly. I'm an awful commentator. I'm to be honest, I have a feeling I might not be around next season. Miss Emerson is coming through in turn 19 as well. I hope you're alright as well, Granty. Of course, Granty currently is top of the timesheets, isn't he? On the medium tires in the Williams there. Emerson goes third fast mode there. He is 2 tenths behind his championship rival. Here comes Glock then. Is Glock going to play a part in the championship battle? That is going to be very interesting to say the least as well, and I'm already glistening with sweat. Goodness me, I'm so unhealthy. I need to get myself on the treadmill or something, or to be honest, I'll probably just buy some more cake. Out of turn 17 as well, and here comes 36. Here's Nigel, the champion for season 1 there, and of course this season I think Nigel once again he's got the accolade of winning in every season he has participated in ALR. That is incredible. No other man could say that. So brilliant stuff there to Nigel. Then he's got the record that Lewis Hamilton has in Formula 1. Brilliant stuff indeed. And Glock coming down the back straight. Then Jonathan is coming through a turn 18 as well. Jonathan would have that record if he wins in the next 4 races then. So if he can win here or in Japan or in France or in Azerbaijan, then Jonathan would be the only other man to have ever won in every single season in ALR, which is an absolutely fantastic accolade, isn't it, to say the least then. Here comes Glock then as he is on the hard tires then. Let's see what time he's doing then. Of course, Glock has been incredible in silver. He is in gold here tonight, isn't he? And let's see what he's doing as Pace just said, no, I forgot I had a race. Oh, oh dear. So as Glock is in the pits there with 6 minutes to go then, hopefully Payne's then, of course, there. I think there's still a seat available, and I think you even got an invite as well. So if you want to jump in then, be our guest then. And so there's a lot of Beauty and the Beast references tonight, isn't there? Goodness me. I haven't watched it, I swear, even though I really want to watch the film adaptation. I loved the cartoon. That was a brilliant cartoon, that was. We have also got Granty join and start at the back there as he's just replying, I think, to Payne's there. Jonathan should have won Silverstone. Should have won Spain, but unfortunately for a punch there, he was 2 laps away, wasn't he? I hadn't even spoke about Spain. Goodness me, then. Yeah, Spain. What a fantastic race! What that was where Emerson there won the Spanish Grand Prix. Fantastic, wasn't it? As well, he stopped Granty's hat trick. He stopped Granty's onslaught of wins there, didn't he? Grant had a hat trick up till that point, but yeah, Spanish Grand Prix. There was all kinds of strategy going on, wasn't it? Jonathan and Fireshot was on the hard tires. Emerson threw the rolled the dice, came in on the put on the soft tires, didn't he? Granty unfortunately put on the sort of medium tires when he was in the pits under the safety car, and I think that might have hindered him slightly, unfortunately, there, which is unfortunate. As Darren's asked, can Payne's load up a strategy? Not sure, but it'll be 6-6 will be good enough then, and yeah, on the grid. Yeah, so good stuff then. So you can load a setup on the grid then. I think you can anyway. Don't quote me on that, but I think Droftass has said you can, and of course, I gotta say that I think that Droftass is a very experienced driver. I would say that I'm 99% sure he's right, which was I'm 100% sure he's right, to be honest. He's definitely more right than I am, because I'm more left as we're coming out of turn 9, so now dropping down the hill as well. I feel I've got my corner numbers mixed up as well. Goodness me. Here comes a 00 then coming into the hairpin as well, and a lovely exit as well. And Jonathan is in the drop zone. We've got less than 5 minutes to go. We're talking about nonsense here. We should be talking about what's going on in qualifying, and indeed I should be as well. Laggy at the moment there is out of qualifying. So is Jonathan. So is 00s, aka Lost Souls, and so is Glock. Of course, a bit of background for you if you're new to Formula 1, and if you are, welcome, and I hope you're enjoying this presentation of the United States Grand Prix. Of course, we're here in Austin, Texas, the music capital of the world, and also there's a lot of barbecue around here as well, which also makes me very depressed, as I love a barbecue right now, but of course we're all in lockdown, or whatever they call it these days. Here comes 00 coming through the final couple of corners right into turn 20 as well for the Ferrari driver, car 90, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot of 00 next season. I'm really looking forward to seeing what these guys could do, and he has gone fastest on a very slender marching 1800s of a second in front of Granty, who is in second position. Glock is out on the medium tires there. Jonathan is on the soft there. Laggy is also on the soft as well. Sam is also on the soft there. Fireshot is in the pits there with only 3 minutes to go there. He needs to get a move on car 66 there. Vezi on track as well. Murphy is just got the third position as well, and I think will be coming into the pits. No, yes, he is coming into the pits then, as he likes to throw me a curveball then. So he's in the pits now, and we'll see what he can do then. Well, no, not what Murphy can do, what these guys can do. Glock starts his lap, so is Jonathan as well then. So we're on board there with the British-Italian driver then, as he's got the most poles in ALR Gold with 9 so far then. That's fantastic. And remember, Glock has had 11 pole positions, I think, in silver. In only 1 season, Glock has been absolutely formidable, hasn't he? But we'll soon see. But let's see. Oh, Jonathan right off the track there. My goodness me, that's going to lose him a bit of time. And he was giving it all kinds of welly, wasn't he? Car 25. But let's see what he can do then, as he drives down into the airpin as well. And you see, look at those brake discs glowing, fantastic camera work, and look at this, we would get what a Glock as well, who is driving the Red Bull here tonight, isn't he? Of course, Glock has been a part of the Red Bull, been part of the Red Bull system, hasn't he, since the since the get-go in silver, hasn't he? My goodness me, he's basically going to be molded into the car day, so I reckon he'll probably be in a Red Bull for the gold, of course, which of course there is a driver draw, isn't there, which will be also announced very later on as well. Then of course the driver draw, where the drivers are picked at random of what team to go in. Technically it doesn't matter, because all these cars are supposedly equal, even though some people don't really like the Red Bull. There's been a lot of whispers about Red Bull and just how it handles, which is to be honest, that's my excuse as well every time, even though I've been driving the Haas lately, aren't I? And of course I reckon it's the Haas handling enough to do with my driving skill. Coming through the final turn as well is Jonathan, and stamps on the loud pedal. He goes fast as they're on a 31 there. Jonathan is on the soft tires. Glock coming through the final turn as well. Let's see what Glock can do. He goes second fastest there on a 32.3 there, which is still a very good time actually on the medium tires, isn't it? Because we're just countering that with 00 is 6/10 of a second off, and he's on the same tire. Laggy Racer is just started as well. Lovely shot from Sam. Oh, lovely shot from the rear wing there, the McLaren now. I was going to say the Mercedes there, even though they're completely different cars, aren't they? But nevertheless, Gratis retired from the session. So is Murphy as well then. I think all those are safe for the minute then. Emerson is back out on track then. We've got less than a minute to go. This is going to get very tasty indeed then, isn't it? There's going to be some tears, I think, at the end of this minute then. So then we are just trying to wrap up qualifying 2 then. There are only less than a minute to go. Sector 2, there's a yellow flag out. That means danger. There's a hazard on track then. Now we come through the final turn as well. Sam is accelerates out then, and he is about, where is he going to put himself? He puts himself in the front position. A fantastic lap there from Sam. Really well done. He's had a very strong season, in my opinion, Sam, as he's been tremendous, hasn't he? Here comes Laggy there, and he was looking a bit, I think he looked like he was trying to get out there. Drop fast and starts up. Mr. Lee is starting to lap as well. Fireshot is not even interested. I think that so Fireshot is called it a day, hasn't it? As Wesley does go fast. I'll try to catch him, but I didn't. Wesley's gone fast there, and that should see him safely through as well. Then Murphy's dropping down to 7th position. Grant's down to 8. Laggy is now in the 5th position as well. There's going to be some almighty amount of tears there. It's Emerson. He's coming across the line as well. Nigel is on a lap at the moment. Drop Das is out there in 12th position at the moment. Mr. Lee is also started as his lap as well then. So we're going to keep an eye on Mumford then. Mumford is not improving. Mumford's not improving, but he improves enough there. He's also through as well. Granty is in almighty trouble there, and so is Lost Souls and Murphy. Oh goodness me, and Emerson is still going on. Nigel's 8/10 of a second up. Drop Das is 5/10 of a second up, and so is Mr. Elite. That this is going to be a huge problem here for the champion, and the championship, the leader at the moment. Granty's going to be right in the thick of it, isn't he? So just watching Nigel coming through the turn 18 as well. Goodness me, this is going to be interesting, isn't it? Comes through the final turn, and let's see what we can do then. This is the final turn now, and let's see then. Accelerator away, and DRS is wide open. Nigel is through. He's having the third. Murphy is on the cusp as well. And who else is out there? Mr. Elite then. And so we got Droftas as well, and Emerson. Goodness me, the talent pool in this league is absolutely fantastic. Here he comes flying through turn 19 as well then. Final turn as well, as I take a sharp intake of breath then, because this is going to be interesting. He comes out, and Droftas is through. He is in the fourth position as well. Who was that cruising? I'm not sure. Mr. Elite is in through. He's through. Granty is out qualifying. Granty and Murphy are out qualifying. What about double zeros? Double zero going to be out as well. This has really thrown a spanner in the works, hasn't it? Emerson is through the final couple of corners now as well. Here comes Emerson out of the final turn. Emerson's out qualifying at the moment, but he's through. Goodness me, he is through the qualifying free. Granty, the championship leader, is out of qualifying. Drama here in Texas. Goodness me. Wow, that is some shocking names that is out of this qualifying session. Oh goodness me, then maybe they should have gone out for one more run then, but we've only had one runner go through on the medium compound tires there. Everyone else then is on the soft tires then. Oh dear, that's not good at all then. So we're just watching Mumford, who has made it through into qualifying free then, as Jake Wilson saying that USA tomorrow sector 1, hardest sector in F1. Glock saying not a bad lap there. We've also got Jonathan saying shocked there, as it's not going too well at all then, is it? As into the pits there comes Mumford as well then, so that's not good at all, is it? As it's all of a sudden gone very pear-shaped, hasn't it? Really has indeed then. So that's not good at all then. So out of qualifying then is double zero, Granty, Dan Murphy and Farshaw are all out of qualifying as well then. That's very unfortunate to say the least, isn't it? So yeah, that's a shock, isn't it? We're going to go into qualifying free in just a few moments then, and we'll go from there. So then, I'm quite surprised by that. I'm taken back by it. So we're just on board with Emerson now, as Emerson ends the session second fastest then, and his championship rival is out of qualifying. That is the biggest storm at the moment, then, isn't it? As we've got a bit of rivalry going on in the old chat at the moment, so I'll leave it be for now. As of course this is meant to be a PC kind of stream now, but of course if you're interested, you can always come and have a look on YouTube there. Also a cheap plug as well, where drama, I love drama, so of course if you like drama as well, come and have a look on YouTube. Anyway, our qualifying then is Fireshot, is Murphy, is Granty and Lost Souls, aka double zero, all out qualifying then, and that is a huge surprise. 4 drivers who've been on pole position previously, whether it's been in silver or gold, then double zero's first attempt at gold, but he has been on pole position in silver. Granty, Murphy and Fireshot have all been on pole position before as well. Goodness me, then this is that is an absolute shocker, isn't it, to say the least then. Anyway then, we're now going into qualifying free as well, and this is going to be a very interesting race to say the least, isn't it? Thank you all for joining us as well, and you've been very good today as well, very chatty as well. Look at those names in qualifying free, is it? Let's just run through them, shall we? Sam there into qualifying free, fantastic stuff there from Sam, brilliant stuff. He's had a fantastic season, hasn't he? He would have had more points, I think, if there's been a couple of times where safety cars have gone against him and things like that, but I think both McLaren drivers have been very unlucky this season, haven't they? Emerson, of course, out there doing a cracking job as well. Droftas in his debut for gold here tonight, doing a very good job as well. Jonathan, of course, he has been the king of qualifying this season, hasn't he? Mumford in 6th position, well, good solid indeed. Nigel, the season 1 champion, in 7th position. We got Laggy Racer as well, making it through. Both Alfa Romeos looking very good then. Both racing points through, and only one Red Bull, of course. As Young Lights, who we would have expected to make it through, unfortunately, is out of and unfortunately though, Young Lights didn't had a problem cutting in the pits there, didn't he, which is unfortunate, wasn't it? We're on board there with Jonathan at the moment. Of course, he's a 9-time pole sitter in gold, hasn't he? He's been fantastic, hasn't he, Jonathan, has in the single lap qualifying. He's been really good indeed there. He did mention about Spain and the heartbreak of Spain. Of course, he had a puncture, didn't he, and the Fireshot's tires just ran out, and I think Jonathan said he could have won it, and I reckon I kind of agree with him actually, because of course there he was because he was a couple of seconds down the road from Fireshot. Fireshot really did start to look after his tires, though, didn't he, towards the end there? But unfortunately for Jonathan, there, of course, he could have won in Spain, but he just was very unlucky, wasn't it, to say the least, as well. But he's on an outlap at the moment, and just cruising down the back straight, and getting himself in prepared as well. Then, cool. So now then we are going to. Well, this is now the calm before the storm. Again, it's very dull out there at the moment, isn't it? Goodness me, it's not really what you expect here this time of year in Austin, is it? Goodness me, got 24 people watching. Wow, fantastic stuff indeed. There. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday lunch or Sunday roast or whatever kind of roast you're having tonight. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be a bit roasted after this then as well. I'm gonna be like a hog roast, then I. But I'm not gonna be very good for you. Anyway, here comes 25, Jonathan Kerr in the final turn as well, and here we go then. So this is the first person on track, and Jonathan usually is a man that comes out there straight away. He doesn't care about the track conditions. All he cares about, he knows that he's good enough to get on pole position without having the track advantage, doesn't he? So Jonathan out there, he just doesn't want anyone else interfering in this out there, and see he's coming out of turn 1 as well, and dropping down. It's a very steep incline in turn 1, so it's going to be a very interesting turn 1, is there, around US of A, as well as a lovely shot, lovely over the shoulder shot there from Jonathan. Fantastic, isn't it? As he's just navigating the corners as well. As so of course the last season here in USA, I think we had it was Fisher, wasn't it? Who was on pole position, wasn't it? If I'm not very much mistaken, which I probably am. It was Fisher. And of course he had a pole position of a 1:34.541. Then I'm wondering if we'd be interested to see if that's going to be improved here tonight. Then, well, Jonathan is going to be the first one to give it a good old crack, isn't he? And we'll see what he can do then as he's coming down the back straight. Hanson Payne's joined yet, and otherwise would have a 20 car full field, wouldn't he? And Grant, he would love to have a teammate in here tonight, wouldn't he, to try and help him out in the constructors battle if he can. Definitely the Alhan there saying no one saying good luck top 10. We've also got Darren saying good job, Sam. Of course Monster sorted him out then. Unfortunately I'm a little low on Monster at the moment, says I've he's already joined Payne's house. I apologise. I've been basically talking rubbish and I haven't even noticed you, so apologies Payne's, but it's great to see Payne's in the action as well. He'll be near the back of the field. Payne's with it. It's not where you get points in qualifying, of course it's the points in the race as well. Jonathan coming for the final turn, and he's done a 31.40. Good stuff indeed there for Jonathan, and that is pole position at the moment there. Beautiful stuff indeed there from the Alfa Romeo driver. Now we've got Sam coming for the final turn as well. We've got two Mercedes there. Here comes Mumford, he is second fast one. What about Emerson? Emerson is second fast one. He's almost 800 of a second down at the moment. Sam is full fast one there. Mr. Lee's invalidated his time. We'll leave him to it for the minute. Droft ass is out at the moment. Nigel's out there as well, and so is Vesely. So Vesely is the closest to the finish line I'm thinking about. I think Glock came out, just did a banker, or not even a banker really, did he? As Darren said, Payne's joined ages ago. Yeah, so that just my attention is absolutely appalling, isn't it? So yeah, apologies Payne's, but it's great to have you in the session, isn't it? As now Vesely there is coming on to the final turn as well. Here he is, turn 20 as well then. Now we're getting through then, accelerates away, put on the loud pedal. He's gone third fast, but Vesely has one pole position to his name in ALR so far. Of course, that was his comeback drive in Mexico, wasn't it? Fantastic return as well from Vesely. My goodness me, of course, he did drive in season 1, didn't he? Nigel there is we got Nigel and Droftas, and Nigel coming through turn 18 as well. Of course, the traditional green helmet with a splash of black and yellow on it. It's fantastic, isn't it? I love Nigel's helmet. Comes through the final couple of corners as well, and away he goes then. As Glock is saying this and the next lap invalidated for moving out of the way then. Oh, that's a shame there for Glock then, but he should have enough time there, shouldn't he? Well, we've got just over half distance to go in this. Nigel's gone at third fastest, and we have Droftas who goes at sixth fast as well in the Ferrari. Good stuff indeed then. Now we're watching Mr. Elite then, as he is in qualifying 3, car 6 then. Unfortunately, Mr. Elite's going to have to change his number next season, isn't he? Because of course number 6 is now Latifi has got it, hasn't he? Nicholas Latifi has got it, and so that's unfortunate as well for Mr. Elite, but I'm sure he can find another number, is there? Luckily number 21 hasn't been taken yet, otherwise I would be unhappy. And luckily Gutierrez has retired from Formula 1 for the meantime, hasn't he? I think he's I don't even know, what is it? Was he in Formula E? Last time I said him, I'm sure he was in Formula E, wasn't he, for a bit? Mr. Lee coming out to the back straight as well then. He's in the final sector as well. You can see then down in the bottom right hand side, there's a bit of telemetry that is just showing you the gears, isn't it? The miles an hour, their RPM then. We've also got that yellow bar. That is the energy in the car then. We got a D, that is deployment, and we got a H, and that is for harvesting as well. And coming through then turn 80 as well. That's a Mercedes there who's very good, very sudden, but he's just coming into the pits. I think that's Mumford there. Mr. Lee has gone wide then, and usually when you go wide around there, they usually give you a penalty there, don't they, of a track extension there. And Mr. Lee there a bit wild towards the end there, and unfortunately he is going to and unfortunately, he's 8th position at the moment, but I reckon that he might. I wonder if he's got a bit more left in the tank now. I reckon he's got a couple of tenths there in that McLaren. Currently, McLaren to 7th, 8th for the moment. Good 7D there. We've got both Mercedes and we've got both Alfa Romeos and both Mercedes in here as well. It might be a 2x2 nose art grid here. At the moment, good stuff indeed there. We got Glock Darren saying that Glock 21 place grid penalty just because. Oh, that's harsh. Here comes 95 as well. Glock out of it. And let's see what he can do then. And he is coming in and he's going to start us up now as well. I had a real bad feeling that Droftas crashed in the pit lane there, so I seen a yellow flag out there. Don't worry, I think he was just coming into the pits at a very leisurely pace as well. As Alhan saying that these track limits aren't on apparently. Seen cars getting laps and going wide, getting laps validated. Look at my helmet when I'm next out. Oh goodness me. We'll have a look at a minute then, Mumford as well. This of course we all know that I do love to have a good old look at drivers' helmets then as well. Here comes Glock then as he is coming down the back straight as well. No, he's not. He's just coming to the back straight as well. Breaking down then to just first gear then. Just under 50 miles an hour, putting on the loud pedal as well. Then Karen Glock in his first qualifying session in goal, get pole position at the moment. His target time is a 1:31.4, but that's not enough to get pole position because you then need then he needs to get at least 1:1 then over, because at the moment Jonathan Cox's pole position is a 1:31.412 at the top left hand side. That's the tower. That is the times that have been posted at the moment. Laggy Racer is not keen on going out yet at the moment, is he? I think he's just happy just sitting in the pits lanes, probably reading the Belgian Echo. As here comes a Glock, then he is through the final sector as well then, and here we go then as well then. As you can see, taking a very interesting line coming into turn 19 then, now into the final turn as well then, turn 20. Let's see what we can do then. Final corner then. It's a very horrible corner, isn't it, to get right, but that is pole position by 4/10 of a second. Glock is on pole position then for the Red Bull. A fantastic qualifying lap, and really he has thrown the gauntlet down on the other rivals here. So Glock then, who will be in gold next season, and my goodness me then, he is really throwing the cat amongst the pigeons, isn't he? Goodness me then. So well done, Glock is on pole position by 31.0, and the drivers have got to find 4/10 of a second then, at least then, to get to beat this time then from Glock. My goodness me, got 3 minutes to go in this session. Has anyone got anything left in the tank then to beat that time then? But Glock is first qualifying performance in gold then, and he is currently top of the timesheets in the road, just under 3 3/4 minutes to go in this session then. So Laggy Racer is out on track now then, so I wonder if Laggy Racer only had one set of tyres left, but he is going to make it. It's going to be making break lap for Laggy then. At the moment he's 10th and he's got nothing to lose then, so he wants to throw it all against the wall then here, and all against the wall. See if he can get off the 5th row then. Nigel's out on the pits as well then, so having a bit of a low at the moment. As always, Laggy Racer there is going off there into the scenery, isn't he? But I think he's struggling with tyre warm up there, is he? Or is he struggling with the steering wheel? He's just weaving the car from left to right there, isn't it? Of course, that is the best way to warm up your tyres, isn't it? But of course, there he might also be having issues with the steering wheel, maybe with his equipment as well. As Alhan gives the good old good old thumbs up there, isn't he? As Darren saying, Glock's gonna be unbearable. You're welcome, Gold. So it's well, Glock's been impressive, hasn't he? My goodness me, he's had 11 pole positions in silver so far in his career, and he is going to start off very nicely as well here in gold as well. Laggy Racer is coming out of the final turn as well, and let's see what he can do next. He comes up the hill, he's rising up the hill as well then into turn 1 then. So everyone is on track apart from Glock. Glock is retired from the session. He is happy. He's got 4/10 of a second deficit over Cox at the moment then. Jonathan Cox, I should say. I wonder if anyone has anyone got anything in their time that they could beat him on now. That is the question, isn't it? Lovely on board action here from Laggy Racer. Oh, getting a bit of understeer there, isn't he? The The first intermediate split time is coming up now. Let's see what he can do. Then he goes over the crest as well. Then and it's an okay. I thought it was coming up there. I think I'm a couple of corners behind, didn't I? Goodness me. Into turn 10 as well. Accelerates away. Yellow flags as we've got a couple of yellow flags down this back straight. His car's just getting out of the way at the moment. Then just ignore them for the moment. Just ignore them. They are just getting those tires up to temperature. They're heat engineers at the moment, aren't they want to keep the brakes at optimal temperature. The engine as cool as possible as well. As Laggy Racer there decelerating down there just under third gear. Fantastic stuff from car 40 there, taking 2 bites to the cherry as well as he is now coming into turn 17. It's a very unusual corner. This was modelled after Bahrain's turn 10 wasn't it, or something like that. Again, it's a very difficult corner to get right as well. Now into turn 18 and you can see that it's almost full throttle. It is full throttle for Laggy Racer on those brand new spanking new tyres there. And we got Mr. Lee. Oh, this is not going to be good at all. Right in the firing zone there for Laggy Racer. Is that going to cost him time then? There would have been a bit of dirt here, but Laggy Racer goes 9th fastest then. And that was a bit unfortunate there for Laggy Racer. He caught him at the very end of his lap there, which might have hindered his progress there. Nigel then on the back straight as well. DRS is wide open. His current time is a 31.6. The 2 racing points have been absolutely fantastic, haven't they, since they've both been full-time employees of the team. They've been brilliant, haven't they? They've been absolutely stellar. These guys have been. I think that they are probably the strongest team in out and out, and just in terms of overall packages, isn't he? Both these two with Wesley and Nigel, brilliant stuff indeed. Then, and he is now coming through. Then the final. For the final section as well. Lovely shot here from Nigel on board there over the T-cam with the fantastic racing point. I was going to say Force India, which will also be now known as the Aston Martin as well. I'm looking forward to that Aston Martin. I'd love to see a bit of green back on the grid there as well. But whether they be green or not, I don't know. Nigel goes third fastest. He's going to be happy with that. Then there's Wesley displaced his teammate by only 300 a second. And Sam is up in the 6th position. Great lap there from Sam. Fantastic stuff. Top this lap with a brilliant. Here comes Mumford. Mumford's helmet is looking splendid. A bit of aqua there, isn't it? Well, it's a light blue, isn't it? Maybe even a bit of aqua as well. So I'm trying to show off with my colour charts, but I'm really not doing a very good job there. So Jonathan's improved. Is it enough? Not quite. He almost got it. He was 2/10 of a second away there. What about Emerson? Emerson is 3/10 of a second up. Yeah, that is currently not enough, and he must have a magnificent fall sector. He's not there. He is not there, but my goodness me, the Glock is currently on pole position. And Droftas has got 7 fast opponent, and Laggy's in the pits and pole position then for Glock on his debut here in gold. A fantastic debut here for Glock. Really well done indeed there. And his first pole position possibly of many then. So well done to Glock. He is our pole sitter along there, but only just there. He had 4/10 of a second deficit, but towards the end there, Emerson found a huge chunk of time. So did Jonathan. He found 2/10 of a second as well. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Mr. Lee up in 6th position. Droftas in 7th. Mumford 8th. Sam in 9th position, and Laggy is in 10th position. That is a beautiful qualifying session that was as well. Darren saying so close, great time, just a very good time indeed then. As Alhan is saying, Glock was sweating for a moment then, and Emerson saying very happy with that qualifying time as well. Of course, this is a chance where Emerson can strike it and maybe reduce the arrears between himself and Granty, which of course is the championship as well. That's what they're all driving for here tonight, isn't it? Is the drivers' championship standings as well. Broke Gorilla Todd has just said evening, Sean. Good luck to all drivers there. Good to have you here tonight, Broke, and also Pains as well. Good luck, lads. I'm loving all your comments and contributions. Beautiful stuff indeed then. 1.27 was the gap between Glock and Emerson, but Glock is on that pole position and his first pole position of gold here tonight, and as I said, maybe the first of many perhaps, and it's going to get very good indeed then. Darren saying good luck. Come on Granty. We have also got Razor saying very good stuff from the silver drivers. That was very good stuff indeed, wasn't it? Sorry, 00 didn't get through as my memory let me down there, which ain't gonna be the first time and ain't gonna be the last time either then. So then as Grant is saying, he's going to do what he does best then. And again then, it's very murky over in the circuit of the Americas here tonight, isn't it? It's not all about sunshine, is it? Goodness me. And there's a lot of good feeling in the comments at the moment there. Of course, there's Sam saying good luck lads as well. Sam right in the thick of it, isn't he? Can he get some points points there for the McLaren team then, as we've just seen a couple of the nose cones there just hanging out the front of the garages then, as we are now building up for the race itself. And I think we've lost Tansey for good, unfortunately, as he crashed in qualifying, and he looks like he's out of the race permanently, which is unfortunate for the Renault driver, isn't it? As Laggy saying, got blocked by Elite there, as yes, we was on board with Laggy when that happened, unfortunately there, as it was very much it was difficult, wasn't it? As is Tansey in the race? Have I made another boo-boo? I think I have, haven't I? I need to get myself sorted. No, he's in the pits there, so unfortunately Tansey is in the pit and is not going to take part there, so that's unfortunate for Tansey. He damaged the car, didn't he? And that is not good, and that, unfortunately, since then, that's really cost him on there. Well, it's cost him, was unfortunately, he ain't even in the race, is he now? Anyway, unfortunately then for Tansey, that's a huge shame, because he won't be able to get back in the car now either. Glock saying good luck all, and let's go for the grid chart from front to back, from pole position then to 20th on the grid then. Glock is on pole position then for his first time in gold then, might be the first time in many as well then. Alongside him is Emerson, and that is a very juicy first row, isn't it? I'm looking forward to this. Jonathan in third position there, he's in fourth position is Vesey. Nigel is in fifth position, sixth position is Mr. Elite, seventh is Droftas, eighth position is Mumford, ninth position is Sam, 10th position is Laggy Racer, second to 10th is on the soft tires. 00 is in 11th position. Granty, the championship leader, 12th. Dan Murphy in 13th position there, with Fireshot and Lights in 14th and 5th position, all on the medium tires there. Then we've got Steve who's in 16th position, he's on the soft tires. The Slayer, Jake, is in 17th position. 18th position is Tansey, but he's on a DNS. 19th position is Farf, who is in the yellow car tonight. And Pains, who has joined, and we can confirm it now, he is on the Williams there, and he's on soft tires, and he's 20th on the grid there. As a Gooner has just said, good luck golden girls. So it's Gooner there, of course. So the most experienced ALR gold driver in history, isn't he? Albeit I think that record is actually going to be under threat in the not too distant future, isn't it? Because I think it's Nigel who's going to be on his 45th race start here tonight, isn't it? So fantastic stuff from Nigel. So really well done then. So Nigel very close there to eclipse it. He will break it in the next race. Well, he would join. He would tie it in the next race, wouldn't he? Lovely shot from the nose cone here. I've got we're on board of Pains then, as he is coming through the falter as well. The tension is building up, the drama is building up. This is going to be electric stuff. We're on board of Pains then, who is 20th on the grid, but expect him to fly. He's on the soft compound tire in the Williams then, and there are those lights then. We're waiting for him to go out. Then there's 5. There's going to be a pause then, and we'll be out in just a few moments time as well. Of course, in ALR we have a traditional start as well, as Tansey has moved up then, and we're just waiting for it now. Then you can see the attention is building up. Nowhere go! And Glock is away. Emerson is also away. Jonathan is stuck on the inside then, and Glock has dropped down the second position. He's out of wide berth. Jonathan has gone up the inside, and Glock has been forced out wide then. And who is that? That's Mr. Elite. Glock is out of problem. Glock is out of problem. There's contact. That's an awful start. Glock is out of the race. Glock is out. Glock is out of this race already. Like it's a severe collision. Oh my goodness me! Both Red Bulls are out of the race in the matter of seconds. We had a safety car. Oh goodness me! And that is an appalling start here in Kota. That is shocking. Oh my goodness me! As Jonathan leads the race, a fantastic start. Emerson is second, and we've got a Glock has left the session there. Oh goodness me! What is going on there? And there's also some penalties as well to be handed out, and that is absolutely a shocking start here in gold then. Safety car has been deployed then. Out of the race is Lights, out of the race is Glock. That's 2 Red Bulls out of the race in the matter of meters, isn't it? Jonathan had a fantastic start, and Emerson second. Mr. Lee is flown up to third. Droftas is in fourth. Both racing points are 5th and 6th. Sam is 7th. 008 Steve in 9th position, and Murphy in 10th. And Granty is all the way down in 15th position as well. As I think there was also contact at the back. Granty's got a lot of damage there on that Williams head. That's a lot of damage then for the championship leader. This has been a horror show, hasn't it? A horror show for the weekend then, and not good at all then. As oh dear, and that's been an appalling start indeed then. And we're on board there with Granty, who has got damage as well. We've also got damage for Laggy Racer. He's dropped down 6 positions. Granty down 3. Mumford down 9 positions as well. Mumford is involved in that incident. We'll have to unfortunately, I'll see if I can replay it back in just a few moments on the Oda YouTube and go from there then, because that wasn't good at all. I can't really portion the blame at the moment there, as I wouldn't want to portion the blame anyway, because that'd be very unfair, as I don't really, because to be honest, I was so focused on the front, I just didn't want Constantine effect. Into the pits comes Steve. Farf in the pits. Sorry, no, not Steve. Yeah, Steve's in the pits. Farf in the pits as well. Jake in the pits. Granty, Laggy, and Mumford all in the pits as well. Then, and this has been absolutely horrific start here. Mumford on the soft tires. Let's quickly go to the soft tires, shall we? So soft tires for Granty, for Jake, for Laggy, Farf, and also Mumford as well. Medium tires is I think Granty on the medium tires as well. Steve is on the hard tires, and he's coming out of the pits as well. And so that's an appalling start. Anyway, Jonathan lead then at the moment. And so Jonathan, who hasn't won a race yet this season, he's catching up to the back of Burn Lando now. And let's see what happened as well. As Darren has missed the start and wants to know what happened. Well, let's just say it was a very messy start, to say the least, wasn't it? We had a Constantino effect. I think we had a Mercedes in there. I'm sure we had an Alfa Romeo in there as well. Jonathan had an incredible launch there, didn't he? And went up the inside. He had an incredible launch, didn't he? He flew. It's a similar launch to Kimi Räikkönen in Singapore, and went up the inside of Emerson there. And unfortunately, it was just coming out of turn one. It all was. It all went bad indeed. Paines is now up to 20th to 11th. Good stuff indeed there from Paines. Fantastic stuff there from Paines there. He is now he's only a couple positions out of the Oda points as well. Then let's take stock, chat. We're on lap 2 then, and there's not a lot of stock to take, is there really? As we're on lap 2. Jonathan leads then. As I said, then this will be the first race he could win since he hasn't won a race this season at all. I think the last race he won was actually in Hungary, a season 2. Then can Jonathan put that to right then? Now we have also got Emerson in second position, Mr. Elite in third, Droftas is up in the fourth position, Vesey fifth, Nigel sixth, Sam in seventh position, 008th, Dan Murphy ninth, Farshot in 10th position, Paines is in 11th, just outside the points one, with Steve in 12th position. All these guys from Steve down have pitted then, so Granty's pitted, Farf is pitted, Mumford is pitted, Jake the Slayer is pitted, and also we got Laggy pitted as well. Then, as we said before, both Renaults both Red Bulls are out of the race then. Absolutely horrific start, to say the least, isn't it? As we're coming through, love a shot from the nose cone here as well. As Farf is back in the pits then for the Renault team then, as he is slowing down as well. I hope I wonder if this might be a tactical change here for Farf, as you see he's in a stranger He's in a strange car tonight, isn't he? He's in the yellow Renault, isn't he? So the red Ferrari. He's on the medium tires so far for us, and he's back out now. As now then we're just behind the safety car at the moment in time then. So Jonathan then is leading at the moment, but Mr. Elite has had a fantastic start. He's up in the third position there, avoided all the chaos and whatever happened there. Goodness me, then very incredible stuff to say the least. And yeah, so well done to Mr. Elite. Brilliant stuff as well. So I'll come through all your comments in just a few moments, guys. As I've just been keeping it on. I mean, really struggled to keep up with them as well. Let me get me scroller on the go. Unfortunately, I think unfortunately, there's not very. Glock is very unhappy with what's going on there, which is unfortunate. We've also got. Jonathan, how many have I done? I'm not sure. We've also got Razor saying Christian Horner is screaming no. I think he'd be very unhappy that Christian Horner would be absolutely livid with what goes on there. And we've also got Jochen is of course the man who won 5 of the first 6 races in ALR season 1. Is hello, how a long time. Hello Jochen, hope you're well here tonight then on this beautiful sunny afternoon then. Mr. Lights, Jake the Slayer punted me into Granty, then punted my off, and he's not very up at all. Mr. Light, Young Lights isn't either. So both Red Bulls have been involved in some serious first lap incidents there, which has really cost them, hasn't it? As Razor was saying, the Red Bull are packing up early today then, unfortunately, and as Jochen is also confirming he is well indeed then. So just waiting for that magical, and yes, there it is then. I think the safety car lights are off then, so we're going to be back racing in just a few moments then. We're on lap 3 out of 28 then. The British Italian driver Jonathan is in the race then, with Emerson stamping at his heels. Emerson needs a good score here against tonight, doesn't he? He's 35 points behind Granty in the World Championship, isn't he? Really interesting to say the least, isn't it? This championship running is, we got 4 races left. We've got 104 points up for grabs, causes the 25 for the win, and you get an extra bonus point for fastest lap then. When is Jonathan going to drop the hammer down as well? Let's see what I can do then. We're back racing now then. Of course, we've had a lot of shenanigans under safety car incidents over the past season, haven't we? Now Jonathan is back racing racing then, and here we go then. So we got another 25 laps around then this incredible, oh, lovely shot indeed from Jonathan there. Yeah, we've got another 25 laps around here as well then, as we're coming up the hill as well, and now we're starting to stop as well. Look at that, that's Nigel, isn't it, who's having a look then. Lost Souls then, oh, look at this, but Sam is staying on the outside, staying on the inside then, with a 00 going on the outside. Now he'll up the inside then, and now up into 7th finish then is 00. Fantastic stuff there from 00, brilliant 17. Of course he is under a different disguise tonight. He has lost Souls, but he's not lost at all, is he? And we've also got Mumford, who's trying to get over. Oh, that was a Ferrari, very close there, very close to the rear of Mr. Elite, I think it was. We're just watching Mumford there, who is on the back of Steve. Steve is on the hard tires, and he's done a couple laps on the hard tires. Sam is through, and he's back past 00 then, and now we're going to have a drag race coming down the back straight. Oh, lovely shot here from Sam, but we want to see what Lost Souls is doing. Oh my god, sorry, 00. And look at this, and 1, 2, look at all the cars coming through at the moment. We also got a Ferrari of Mr. Elite, and Droff Fast is through. He's up in the front position. Droff Fast is a podium expert, isn't he? He seems to get podiums wherever he races. There's fantastic stuff, Droff Fast is. He seems to really he seems to really get he seems really, oh my goodness me, I'll come out in a minute, I can't even say what I'm talking about here, goodness me. And now we got Mumford, who is still in 30 minutes more, one board seat one. We got Fireshot, who's passed Murphy. Murphy's going to go up and under into, oh no, and we did see up and under, that's a big contact, and Page and Grant have gone into each other as well. Murphy is, oh goodness me, he's going to go on the inside of Fireshot, and that is a big crash as well, and there's a yellow flag there, and Murphy, I don't think he's got any damage there. He hasn't got any damage. We've got a virtual safety car, Oh dear, it's not going at all well for the championship leaders. This is horrific stuff going on at the moment. And into the pits are it's both Williams in the pits. Granty is certainly in the pits at the moment then. Oh goodness me, this is not good at all. Lap 5 out of 28 then. We've had an incident packed first opening coming laps here in Kota. We've got both Williams in as well. And Paint is behind Granty here, so luckily for the championship leader, he has not had to wait up in queue. The virtual safety car is still at the moment, so they're not losing as much time, but they need a safety car now to get themselves back in the race as well. Jake the Slayer then is just coming out of the pits as well then. And the Paint is also changing the front nose on the Williams side. Jonathan leads at 5/10 of a second in front of Emerson as well. Droftas is now 2 seconds back at the moment as we're back racing here in a circuit of America at the moment. And goodness me, it's been destruction derby, hasn't it, so far? Vesey is now gaining on the back of Mr. Elite. Then Mr. Elite's fantastic start is now coming back. I'm not sure if he's got the pace at this stage of the race, has he? Jonathan and Emerson are battling for the lead. Jonathan and Emerson are battling for the lead. Emerson cannot afford a no score here, and now he's gone up and under a fantastic time. And Jonathan is going to stay back on the inside. He does. There's contact. Only a minimal amount of contact there. Emerson, oh no! And Emerson they can across Jonathan there. And I'm not sure if Emerson's sitting or what, but yeah, Emerson was trying to take the race in line, but oh goodness me, oh dear, then that is oh goodness, I was getting very close indeed, wasn't it, to say the least. As Emerson then leads this race then, and of course, as I said, he cannot afford a no score here tonight, especially Granty in the wars, isn't he? He's down to 15 for the moment, and he is on a note. He's going to have Neil Potter. Jonathan on the inside, lunging from almost the back in of, I don't know where Austin is near. Where's Austin near? I don't know, Mexico. We're near Mexico then, and Emerson is back in front and takes the lead once again as it comes through the SSN, as Jonathan is trying to keep up them, but remember that he's going to have a lot of understeer, isn't he? Look at that, that's a fantastic shot then. And oh, I love that shot for I love that shot in part of the season review then, perhaps then. As we're now just watching Emerson then, and Jonathan, this is the battle for lead then, 3/10 of a second, and it's coming over the crest of the hill. Now they're dropping downhill then, indeed then, and let's see what it is. Jonathan has gone up the inside again. He's having a lunch then. Emerson is just going to calmly go back up and under. Look left, Dolly's Emerson then on the outside then, and now then is and now Emerson is back for it one and lost. Sorry, 00 is now with the fifth position. Jonathan's got a lot of speed in that Alfa Romeo, and he is back through. So and he has DRS as well, and there's Emerson there just looking out there, and he's looking back in as well. Jonathan is back in the lead then of this America Grand Prix. Incredible stuff indeed then, as And there's some interesting comments coming in the moment, and I'll read them all out in just a few moments, guys. I do love opinions, and of course there is it's Laggy Racer as Steve is now up into 12 position. Steve is playing the long game. He's on the hard compound tire, isn't he? Mumford is also on the back of Farf as well. Farf might just be getting used to the old Renault there as well. Mr. Elite then is really strong now because Sam is now right over the back of his teammate then in the battle for 7th and 8th position, I should say. As Sam there is and who's that's Farshot. Farshot is on the inside there. I'm sorry, he's on the outside, I should say. He passes Sam and moves up into 8th position then. So we're coming through the complete lap 6 then. Goodness me then. And there's a very this start is mad. It's been incredible, hasn't it? Wow, what a start indeed then. It's been one of the most action-packed starts that I can ever remember in ALR. Oh goodness me. As now just watching Sam as well. Laggy Racer is past Steve. Steve has gone been forced off onto the rumble strips there, and he's gonna be he's dropped down into 30 position. Well, Murphy is 5 seconds back from Steve at the moment then, as Murphy was trying to go up and under on the inside of Fireshot. Of course, Fireshot very robust in his defending, isn't he? As we said, and look at Droftas in the background. Of course, he is the man from Silver. Fireshot is up onto 7th position. He passes Mr. Elite, force him out wide there, and now is Mr. Elite going to go back up and under. Young Lights has left the session. He is absolutely disappointed there, as now we're on board then with Mr. Elite as well, and we're waiting for the DRS. Where is it? I think he's already got DRS. He's coming down the back straight once again then, and look, it's a Fireshot. Fireshot is just parked in the middle of the course then, and he was being swamped by the two McLarens there, wasn't he? Fireshot is through and back up into 8th position at the moment there. Sam is in at 9th position then, and Farf is 1.7 seconds back in 10th position as well then. Of course then on the left hand side is the tower, and that's where you can see the of course the timings and all that kind of stuff as well then. And just watching as they're coming through oh, where's Sam? Sam has gone slightly off as well, and he's gone a bit wild all of a sudden. Sam has, oh goodness me there, he's taking the IndyCar line, isn't he, coming into turn 19, and this is a good old battle. This is for 7th, 8th and 9th position. Back on board the nose cone of the Mercedes as well then, and Darren is really gutted that he's missed the start. so yeah, it was all anarchy at the start there, Darren, wasn't it? I bet you as soon as I take my eyes off the screen, something's going to happen. But yeah, so just Jochen saying, yeah, things good there as well. Of course, Jochen switched to PC, didn't he? And is now driving in for F1 in iRace as well there. Yeah, so Jochen also confirmed he won the first 5 out of 6 races there. I'm really happy I remember that, actually. Goodness me, I don't remember I don't remember a lot of things, but I usually remember random stuff like that. As we've also got Kelly just confirming that there's been some interesting driving, to say the least, haven't there tonight? It really has. It's a far shot. I'm sorry, not far effect going up the inside, and passes Laggy Racer, or repasses Laggy Racer. Is going up the inside there. Oh goodness me there, and not going through there, just not going to plan there. Yeah, there is there's a lot of it's been a pretty messy start to this race, hasn't it? There has been there's been a lot of, and in the comments there's been a lot of question about driving standards and things like that, hasn't there? And it's been very messy, to say the least. But unfortunately, that's the way it is, and hopefully it will be looked at after this race as well, and we'll talk. Of course, it'll be talked about, I'm sure, at some length. Then, of course, as Silver, as I think Kelly was saying, that Silver has got very good driving standards. I got to say, Silver and Bronze as well has been very good so far this season, hasn't it? But Gold, but unfortunately here tonight it has been very messy, to say the least, hasn't it? But Droftas has dropped down the 4th position there, as up into 3rd goes Vesey then, as Jochen, I think, was just surprised to see Vesey. Of course, Vesey was of course has been was a part of season 1, wasn't he? I was involved in Crashgate, wasn't he? But now he has come back a much stronger driver, hasn't he? But both Ferraris are very close, aren't they, to the very close together. And Murphy and Steve are battling away, aren't they, in 13th and 14th position at the moment then, and at the moment Steve has won that battle just then, as Murphy is dropping back. We're keeping an eye on that, and Grant is now starting to bear down as well. But Grant at the moment has not got any points yet, and Steve, as look at this, and as Double Zero is now over the 4th position there. I really struggle with names when I haven't got the names on the side there. Fireshot is also passed over to Nigel's dropping down like a stone there. Mr. Elite and Sam are also pulling away. Both McLarens are lovely shot here from the rear wing. That's a fantastic shot here from the rear wing. I'm loving this. Now let's go on board the key counter area. Sam is going to go on the inside, is he? Is he going to break later? Then he is breaking later. Pains has got a 3-second penalty as lovely stuff indeed then does. But Mr. Elite then dancing on the outside, back through into 8th position. Good stuff indeed there. And Murphy has got past Steve as well. Steve's on the hard tires. I don't think Steve has to pit again then. So that is going to be an interesting strategy to say the least. Jonathan, I think, had a 3-second penalty not too long ago. So that is going that at the moment and has helped Emerson in this battle. But to remember, as excuse me, sorry. Oh gosh, someone just clearing my throat there as we're coming out the hill then. We've only got 18 laps to go in this race. My goodness me then. It's been a very action-packed start, hasn't it? Jonathan leads at the moment then, but he's got a 3-second penalty. Emerson hasn't got a 3-second penalty, but as it stands, Vesley is gaining on these two, hand over fist, and so is 00. Both of them as Lost Souls, who is 00, who's from silver, is up into 4th position. Fantastic stuff from 00 there. As look in the background now, Lost Souls, sorry, 00 is really putting the hammer down, isn't he? There's been a lot of good old battles out there as well at the moment. There's some very strong opinions in the old comments tonight there, isn't it? Goodness me. And I will read them all out as best I can then. 00 is up in the 3rd position. Vesey is dropped down into 4th position as 00 is flying through, isn't he? Remember, 00 has got a win or bust mentality, hasn't he? But my goodness me, he is so quick, isn't he, on his day? And can he get to the finish? Right, he's up in the 3rd position mode. Droftas is dropping down at the moment. He is dropped down into 5th position mode. Sam is battling with Mr. Elite. Then there's the two McLarens. Look at them, they're going into the middle screen there. And that's an out for a male right to track there of Laggy. I don't even know why he was out there. Sam is in 8th position there. Mr. Elite is in 9th. I think Laggy was he trying to break up the slipstream there? I don't think he was, because I think Farf was, no, sorry, it's Murphy. Yeah, Murphy, I think he's trying to break the slipstream on Murphy slightly, and trying to deter Murphy from overtaking him. Jonathan's off track then, as now is into the pits end. So Emerson's in the pits end. He's going for the undercut here in the Mercedes end. This is a very good opportunity tonight for Emerson now to really clamp down on Granty's championship aspirations. Then here's the first man to the pits end. Nigel is also in the pits. Right, he's onto the medium compound tire and he's in there. Nigel's in there as well. Sam is in there. It's got a yellow flag in 3. What's going on in 3? I'm not sure what's going on in 3. Then Laggy Racer and Murphy are battling away. Where's Emerson? Emerson is still in the pits then, and we'll just take a look and see where Emerson is. He's coming on the pit stop, and look at this! Oh my goodness me! And where is Emerson? Emerson is just on board. Oh, there's Laggy Racer, and Emerson there almost coming to blows there, and Emerson doesn't want to move over that. Look at Granty. He's only just come out there, just come over the top of the hill there. That's how close beyond. That's how far behind he is at the moment, isn't it? Not good at all, is it? Now we're on board there with Murphy at the moment, and he's in 9th position. Laggy in 10th position then. So he is now rolling the dice and gone for the undercut in this race. Jonathan, he's going to have to respond, but I think he's already lost the lead. Surely he's lost the lead already in this race then. And we've also got Droftas, who is dropping down into 5th position there. Fireshot has moved up into 4th then, and a pass in the Ferrari, and Droftas dropping down the order. He's done 10 laps on the soft tyres, and Fireshot is on the medium tyres. He's going to go a long way then. Of course, Fireshot with, I'd say, one of the best helmets in ALR, in my opinion. So I like the purple and black. I think it absolutely suits him down to the ground, man. So Fireshot then is up into 4th position at the moment. At the moment, 00 is coming up to he's now less than a second behind then. Is Jonathan going to come in the pits? Jonathan's in the pits as well. I think he's already lost the lead, unfortunately. Jonathan answer. That's the advantage of being the car behind, isn't it? And so they're talking about starting their own deodorant in the old comment section. Good stuff indeed. I might need some. Emerson there is Emerson's coming around the final. Oh, and who is that? That was Mr. Lee. He was doing a bit of drifting there, wasn't he? And I think he is coming into the pits, Mr. Lee. Is indeed he is then. And now we're on board with Emerson, and Jonathan is still coming out, isn't he? Yeah, so you can see then Emerson has got by. Emerson is taking the lead then. Jonathan will have a lap younger tyres then, but Murphy is through as well. Young Lights is back in the race then. Good stuff indeed then as Murphy swoops through, passes Jonathan, and away he goes then. Granty is on 7 laps on the soft tyres. How long is he going to go for as well? Nigel and Droftas, and Nigel is through and passes Droftas and moves up into 12th position. Good stuff indeed there from Nigel. Good race there. I have loved that indeed there. And Sam and Mr. Elite there getting very close then as Zach is not going to be too happy with that, is he? He's flying through, especially in his home country. As the two McLarens are getting very close for comfort there, aren't they? But I've got to say, that was very good driving in the end then. Emerson is now 9 tenths of a second away. Jonathan is gaining on Murphy. Of course, Murphy is recovering after a spin, after him and Farshot came to blows. Who is that? That's Murphy who's gone off the track. Murphy has gone off the track. What is going on there? I don't know, but oh goodness me then. And I'm just having a look back on the replay now, but what in the earth was that? Oh goodness me then. Daniel Murphy, Danny's gone off the track. I'm not sure what happened there then, but that's a safety car in this race then. Oh dear, I'm not sure if he was taken out or what, but I was just like, I was looking down the comments there and looked back up and Murphy was in the wall, and oh goodness me, as 00 leads this race on his debut here in gold. Fantastic stuff. Far shot up in the second position. Farf is in first position. None of the top runners have come in the pits yet, because I think it's I don't think it's time to put on the soft tires, is it? What a shame there for Murphy. He is out of the race then. He's he had a poor qualifying then in the race as well. It's not it's in the race. He had a poor qualifying in the race as well. It just didn't go his way, did it? Jonathan there is now right behind the man who's battling for the lead at the moment then. We've got Vesey in 5th position, Nigel in 6th position, Droftas is in 7th position, Granty in the pits and the championship leader in the pits then for the Williams team, car 93. He's also serving a 5-second penalty. Granty is, oh goodness me, Lag is on the hard tires then, and that should be going to the end as well. Farf is in on the medium tires. Granty is also on the medium tires as well. That's Steve car on the pits also on the medium tires, and Granty is out in 12th position. Steve in 13th. Mumford, who was just pitted, and he is going to get in front, is he? He's in front of Steve, but not in front of Granty. Then we got Jake the Slayer in 15th position, then Paynes is in 16th position. Well, we've only got 16 cars left out of the 20 that started then, and 00 is 00 there is is leading on his debut here tonight. Fantastic stuff indeed then. Really this is really really interesting stuff to say the least, hasn't it? And I'm just having a just having a look to see what happened with Dan, but I don't think I can give you I don't think I can give you I don't think I can give you an answer just yet, guys. So bear with us. But I'm hoping that yeah, so we're hoping that Dan's all right, because that was a violent old shunt to say the least, wasn't it? So and it towards this season as well. I think Dan's had an up and down season in the ALR Gold, hasn't he? But I'm really looking forward to seeing what I can do next season, Dan, because I think that Dan should should be in the conversation for a championship run as well. I was excited to see what he could do this season, actually, Dan was, because I kept saying last season about Dan and how incredible he's improved, and this season I was expecting it to be him, Granty, Jonathan and Emerson and Nigel all battling for the title there, but there's been a lot of bad luck and all kinds of stuff going on this season, but this race is kind of underlined there's a lot of bad luck and also a lot of incidents as well then. Jonathan saying he was at the side next minute he was in the wall, touched me, so we'll have a look at that after the race, my good man. But keep going, because we've still got lap 14 out of 28 here, and it's been a very difficult race, hasn't it, so far in this race? Goodness me, I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh, is Young Light saying I missed your name? Of course, Young Light since Australia, he has been absolutely fantastic, hasn't he? Young Light has. I think that I think at the beginning of the season, Young Lights, I was talking about the beginning of the season where I didn't expect you to be involved in the championship fight straight from the off. But I think next season, next season I can say I can put probably about 12 drivers in the championship fight next season. We can put Young Lights in there. We can put Jonathan in there. We can put Fire Shot in there. We could put Nigel. We could put all these kind of guys in there. We could put Dan in there. We could put a lot of people in there as well. Anyway, enough of me brown nosing now. I think it's time to get back into the racing spirit, shall we? So currently then, as it stands at the moment, then Farf, who is in 8th position moment, he just come in the pits then. The two men who aren't pitted is 00, who's lost souls tonight, and Fire Shot, who is in 2nd position as well then. And so it's going to be very, very interesting stuff as well. And I can't believe it. We got 30 people watching here tonight. Absolutely splendid stuff indeed then. Thank you all for joining us tonight, and also thank you all for your comments as well, and also the conversation going on. I really enjoyed the conversation. Good or bad, I do love a good natter. So yep, I love it. Keep your opinions coming in, guys. It's all very interesting stuff indeed then. We've also got Forza saying hello. As yeah, we've also got his Kelly saying he's not really keen on the racing in gold at the moment. Now I've got to say it hasn't been a good advert, has it, with what's going on? Really hasn't. As Forza saying hello everyone else as well. We got safety car coming in at the end of this lap, then, and we'll be back racing in just a few moments. Then, and we'll be getting ready to go in just a few moments time. So then, 00 at the moment is leading the race. Then he hasn't pitted, nor is Far Shot either. Then, so here we are. We're building up the tension. Then we're about to get back going as well then. So when is 00 going to drop the hammer down then? As he's got to wait for Bert Mylander to come in the pits, and 16 cars remain in this incredible race, an extraordinary race set. It has been drama after drama here tonight, hasn't it? Really has. I think everyone's just excited about the bank holiday perhaps said. And Darren saying the Forza the D-pad master then. And now we're going to be going now. When's 00 going to drop the hammer then? Oh goodness me, I thought Miller for him, so into the back of Far Shot. We're going now. 00 leads and second is Far Shot. Emerson then needs to get by as quick as possible. Remember, he's trying to get a max score here tonight so he can catch up on Granty. Where is Granty? Oh, he's down in 12th finish there, but he should get those medium tires in. And I've got Force on the brain now. As Far Shot there. Where's Emerson? Emerson, where is he? And Emerson is dropping down the order there. He's dropped down. It's a Far Shot there. Far Shot is being very robust here, isn't he? As far as I can see, Jonathan is him. Jonathan is him. He's in the wall. He's in the wall. Jonathan is in the wall. As a Far Shot there is holding his line there. And oh goodness me, John first lost both end plates as well. Goodness me. Oh dear, that's not good at all then. Murphy has just confirmed it's a 40 controller. It turned off by itself as well. So that is I think that's good news. I think, well, it's not good news for Murphy, is it? But at least he wasn't involved in any instance there then. Laggy Racer has gone wide on board Grant then. And wow, Jonathan then has been hit by a Fire Shot. Sorry, yeah, it is by Fire Shot, wasn't it? And where is Fire Shot? Fire Shot is dropped all the way down to 16th position. So Far Shot's got a problem as well. I didn't even notice Far Shot. He's damaged the car as well. Oh goodness me, then this is not good at all then. Really bad indeed. Oh goodness me. So Far Shot and Jonathan have come to blows and they're going to have to come back in the pits then. 00 leads then. And Grant he is now up in the 9th position and he passes Laggy Racer. He's now in the points then. He's got 2 points then to his name and defends Laggy Racer. Good stuff indeed then. We've also got Steve who is gone off and under a Mumford then. Fantastic stuff then. And Mumford is now dropped down into 12th position as well. There's Farf is through. And over to 6th position. Fantastic stuff from the Renault driver. Nigel really strong at the moment. Oh, Farf is in the pits and so Farf is in the pits. What's going on with Farf? And he's having a problem there in the Renault. Goodness me then. So he's in the pits then. And I think he's in for a drive-through penalty. Just taking a look at it is for a drive-through penalty as well. So he's dropping down the order unfortunately. Grant has moved out to 8th position. Well, Mr. Lee on a fantastic race at the moment then. So then this is the battle for the lead then. At the moment 00 is leading the race then. I don't think he's going to get many points at the moment, though, is he? Unless he has another safety car. Paynes and Mumford are battling away then. That's where Jonathan and Farshot come to blows there earlier on this race then. Farshot hasn't come to pits yet, so I think he's going to go a couple more laps then, was he? Darren has just confirmed now that Grant is on a mission. He really is, isn't he? He's up into 8th finish now. He is storming back through the field then after a difficult qualifying and a very difficult race as well. But he has rebounded back absolutely splendidly well so far, hasn't he? Good stuff indeed then. Coming down the back straight and Emerson is now, there's no DRS yet. We have to wait 3 laps after the safety car comes in before we are back rolling back on board with Emerson at the moment there. 6/10 of a second the gap is a moment. Vesey in 2nd position. Oh goodness me, what's that in the background? That's Nigel there is really going a bit of, oh, and look at Grant, he's going through, he's on the outside, he passes from Salmon up into a fantastic 7th position, is he? No, because Sam is dancing on the outside. That's a fantastic maneuver there from Sam, and he's really showing some incredible racecraft here tonight. He's trying to go up and under, but no, Grant, he howls it on the outside. Fantastic stuff. He is through and up into 7th position. Brilliant stuff there from Granty. Nicely done indeed there. Emerson is now 3/10 of a second away from the race leader, which is a 00 at the moment. So Emerson and DRS has now been enabled. Lovely camera work from the Helicam. Brilliant stuff indeed, and absolutely fantastic. As we're now back on board. Then now we've got 00 who has lost the lead. Then Emerson leads the race. Then now he has to. Now can he pull away? Then this is now in his own hands in this race. Then Vesey is second. Then with Droftas in third. Then Mr. Lee in 4th position. And now Granty is coming to the, of course, the man who success, didn't he, in terms terms of the championship. Of course, Nigel was the Season 1 champion. The Season 2 champion was Granty. And he is now, as Jake has got a penalty as well in 13th position. But the debutant doing a good job there. He's still in the race at the moment. Fantastic stuff. Fantastic stuff indeed there from Jake there. He's doing a very good job out there. Brilliant. We're just keeping eyes on what Granty's doing at the moment. And he's in 7th position. And Nigel is in 6th position. That's his target. And that'll be 8. That'll be 2 more points there that Granty is gaining. These are the days where you can really help yourself in the championship. This is the days where you can really make or break your championship aspiration. And really minimal. It's the hard days that really count. Oh, it looked after he got a bit of banging wheels there. Nigel there is staying on the outside there, but he's got the inside as well. We got who was off in the background. I couldn't see who it was there. And as now then, I think it was Laggy Race from Steve, wasn't it? And Nigel going back up the inside. That Granty, where's Granty? He's on the outside, back on board. Sam, who's got box seats, says he, a box office seat here. And Granty is now in the 6th position. A fantastic comeback. Oh, it's Mr. Elite. They're flying through me. And now Granty, that's his next target. Into the pits comes 00 then. Emerson leads the United States Grand Prix on lap 18 out of 28 then. Vesley in 2nd position there. Droftas is in 3rd position. Mr. Elite in 4th. Granty in 5th. Sam is in 6th position. Steve 7th. 8th position is Laggy. He is on the hard tyres. Oh goodness me, he's come from a long way back there, nerfing Steve out the way slightly. And now then Steve is going to go back up on the inside. He has the inside, he's back through and up into 8th position there. 7th position then. Paynes is back, is in the points now. Laggy Race gets a 3-second penalty as well. So as we've got a yellow flag, Who's that? That's 00's off the track there. 00's had a problem. He's just come out of the pits then. And got a yellow flag also further on up at the field as well. As I'm not sure who that is. As Nigel is dropped down into 14th position then. Let's just take a look at the Ferrari driver to see what's going on. Oh goodness me then. And let's take a look. And he's got damage. 00's. He's got damage. That's not good at all. Jake the Slayer's on the points. Fantastic stuff there from the debutant. Really well done indeed then. Lap 18 out of 28. Goodness me then. This has been a very difficult race, hasn't it? Goodness me. Laggy Racer, no way! That is not good at all. Steve is in the wall. He's in the wall. That's a crash. Oh goodness me. He tried to draft him and unfortunately he absolutely destroyed Steve's Haas. And oh goodness me then. And I think that needs to be a safety car at the very least. And we're just waiting for something to be someone to be notified of that. But Steve, look at that car. That car is just in the middle. My goodness me, that is absolutely horrific to say the least. Then no yellow flag, no safety car. Goodness me then. But the USA Marshals are very good around here, aren't they? So we're on the lap 19 and unfortunately Steve is out of the race. I think that Laggy Racer tried to draft him now. That is not good at all. Really isn't, is it? Steve has left the session now. I think it'd be absolutely devastating because Steve was on course with some very good points there in the Haas, and unfortunately that is not the case anymore. That is horrific stuff to say the least, isn't it? Mumford is now on the back of Laggy Racer. Laggy Racer, I think, tried to draft in there and just, I think he just got surprised by the, by the speed there, perhaps. Then, and yeah, it's unfortunately this is not going well at all here, is it? And now then we're just watching Mumford, who's on the back of Laggy Racer. Then, and Steve is out of the race, and we're down to 15 cars, only 15. It feels like destruction derby here tonight, doesn't it? Goodness me! It was Sam had a problem there. I think it looked as Laggy Racer trying to defend then, isn't he? In terms of the championship, let's talk more of a positive note at the moment, and that is Mumford then, who is on the back of Laggy Racer at the moment. Mumford is just too far back as it stands. Droftas is now all over the back of Vesley. Droftas is doing a very good job there, isn't he? On his debut here in gold tonight, he's doing a fantastic job trying to navigate through all the chaos, all the shenanigans that is going on. Absolutely, goodness me indeed. That Alhan saying drafts or not, there's no need to get that close. No, I don't think so either. I think it was bump drafting, wasn't it, or something like that, which is not really, you shouldn't do in Formula 1 anyway, should you? No, I think we said, didn't we see one of the F1 drivers at one of the esports events? But yeah, that's I think that's not good at all. That wasn't. Anyway, we're going back to that indeed then, as we're on board there with Mumford and 4/10 of a second away from Laggy Race at the moment. Farford's just outside the points. Paynes is in the points there for Williams there. Grant update on the championship then. Emerson is on at 25 points at the moment, I don't think he's got fastest up just yet. Granty is on 10 points, so that's going to be a 15-point swing at the moment. And if my math is correct, it really isn't. That will be I think the gap will come down to 20 points then, so the gap is coming down to 20 points, so another points shift there. So Granty needs to minimise this as quickly as possible, don't they? Oh goodness me. And now we're on board then with Mumford once again, and he is 4/10 back. This is the closest battle on track at the moment, and as 00 is now catching up to the back of Farfetch. Fireshot is 14th, Jonathan is 15th, and Nigel is 13th, 00 is 12th, and Farf is 11th. And everyone else is in the points moment. Jake the Slayer is doing a cracking job there on his debut. Really good stuff there from Jake the Slayer. Unfortunately, I think he caused a first up incident, but apart from that, I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen where he's been involved in any shenanigans or not. So good stuff there from Jake. Then good stuff. Then I didn't know where I was going with that one. 00 is now been doing 11th position. Good 17. Then Farf is down into 12th then in the Renault. So Farf is dropping back down the points as well. As Granty is now all over the back of Mr. Elite, and it's currently the gap is down to 20 points in the championship, give or take a few points. Obviously I better say that because my math is absolutely appalling. We're on board then, as now he is going up into fourth for this there. He passes Mr. Elite then. Mr. Elite is dropping down the fifth, and Granty is doing a good comeback drive here, isn't he? Very difficult event for Granty so far, but now he's trying to reduce the rears as much as possible, isn't he? 21 out of 28 here. 3 seconds down the road is Droftas and Vesey doing a good job in second position there in the racing point. There he is as well. That is Granty's next target then. He's got 7 laps there to get himself in that battle as well. Farfair is not giving up on the back of Lost Souls at the moment, is he? We got Mr. Elite is also keeping tabs as well, but I think Droftas is now just a catch as well. Look, Emerson is only 1.7 seconds away at the moment there, so this race is far from done at the moment there, isn't it? So anything can happen still. As Vesey there, as Droftas is running out of straight there at this moment in time, and Emerson is currently as safe at the moment, or safe as you can be in the lead of a race. He is 1.8 seconds in front, and he's not in the DRS zone, which is always a good thing, isn't it? In racing, of course, when you're in the DRS zone, it's very difficult to shake off the car, which is what Vesey is experiencing right now. But look at Vesey getting a good drive out at turn 17. Then lovely shot here again there. I love the helicam shots of Formula 1 races. They're absolutely beautiful, and it's a brilliant watch there. I'm loving that. And now coming into a turn of 20 as well. It's a 20-turn course around the Circle of the Americas, and we're starting at lap 22 out of 28. We've got 6 more laps to go here in US of A, and I gotta say, it's been a very intense race, hasn't it? It's been action all the way, hasn't it? There's been a lot of race incidents, to say the least, and there's been a lot of chatter, and I've appreciated all your comments as well. They've been very appreciated, to say the least. So thank you guys for your contribution. Really appreciate that, and really enjoy it as well. Now Paint is under a lot of pressure from 00 and Farf, as 00 there is just showing the nose there, but he might have a better draft then. Is he going to go through? He is on the outside. That's a fantastic manoeuvre there. I think Payne, so it's on 9 lap of medium tyres he is, and soft tyres there for 00 then, and he is away then. His next target is Paines is off the track then. Paines is struggling to keep on the track there, and the Williams are really struggling in the moment. I think he has a default setup, doesn't he? Paines does. So yeah, it's going to be very difficult from then on, wasn't it? So 00 there with damage there is now 3 seconds back from Jake the Slayer. So can Jake the Slayer still get the points? And this will be valuable points for the Toro Rosso in the Constructors Championship, remember. So so remember, that is also just as important as well. Droftas again is still 3/10 of a second back. That's straight, believe it or not. It's just not long enough for Droftas at the moment, is it? Now we're back watching a Mumford and Laggy race. So this is 7th and 8th position at the moment. And let's take stock. 22 out of 28. Lovely shot there from Mumford, and showing off is a beautiful helmet indeed there. Goodness me, loving it. We got 3-second penalty for Sam, and these penalties might come back and hold these guys there on there. Sam just up the road then. Laggy Racer's done 9 laps on the hard tires. The hard tires should be coming towards him now, but yeah, let's go through the grid. Let's go through the order. Emerson leads that by 1.8 seconds, but he's not far away from Vesey, who's second. Droftas is in 3rd position. Granty is in 4th. He's starting to bear down on them now. He's 2.5 behind. 5th is Elite with Sam in 6th position. McLaren are on the most strongest event of the season there. Good stuff. Laggy is in 7th position. 8th position is Mumford. 9th position is Jake the Slayer on his debut. 10th position is 00 also on his debut as well. 11th is Farf. 12th is Nigel. Paines has retired from the race then, as Jake's got a 3-second penalty there as well. Far shot in 13th position, and Jonathan in 14th position as well. That's unfortunate there for Paynes. Paynes has left the session there. He is out of the race then. As he was struggling then, and I think he just called it a day really. So it's a laggy racer then. It's still the moment there. It's really under pressure though, isn't he? From Mumford as well. And just up in front of us is Sam. But Sam has actually gained. Has actually took time out of these guys. I thought he was being reeled in by these guys, but that's not the case now. Is it? It's a Mumford, as a laggy racer Mumford, and now I thought that Mumford might have had a bit of lag there. Might have had a bit of lag. As Paynes saying no point on trying to carry when I'm nearly losing the car every corner. As Payne said, didn't have a setup, did he? Which it does make a huge difference to say the least. Now we're watching a 00 then, who has got damage to his car. He came out the pits. I'm not sure what happened when he came out the pits. Did he come to blows with someone? I don't know, but we might find out after this race. Who knows? But yeah, Jake the Slayer then, he's got a 3-second penalty at least. Plus he's now got 00 and Farf behind him as well. And this Jake the Slayer is going to have an almighty final couple of laps out to keep these two very fast, very experienced drivers at bay. And he's just in his debut race. 00 is also in his debut race for gold, but he's been in several races of silver, hasn't he? And of course, Farf is one of the most experienced drivers. I think he's got like this is 44th race start. Farf is so he's very much a seasoned veteran, isn't he? Here in ALR, then Farf Shot has got another 3-second penalty. He is 7 seconds away from Nigel. I don't think Farf Shot's going to get any points today. Same with Jonathan as well. Unfortunately, those two are battling at the front as well. Jonathan was on a very strong race, but unfortunately, the luck is just not coming in for the British Italian driver at this stage of the season, is there? Remember at the start of the season, about 5 or 6 rounds in, he was really consistent, wasn't he, with the points, but it's just fallen apart over the mid-break, and it just seems the bad luck seems to continue. As Gunnar saying, hopefully it reminds you all you'll have a race next week. as Gunnar there, just putting his comments, just putting his thoughts there onto paper. Droft at the moment. It's 4/10 of a second away from Vesey at the moment. That is still a good old battle for second position. Grant is 1.5 seconds back now as well. This is going to be a final couple of laps, so it's going to be exciting. Now 00's up the inside, passes to Slayer. Slayer's dropped down into 10th position as well. Farf is going to try to sneak through, not quite. 00 there with damage to his car. He's got 3.5 second deficit to himself and Mumford and Laggy Racer just battling a couple of seconds up the road. Then Farf is going to be Jake the Slayer's next defense is coming in. The former Farf, a 3-time ALR winner, hasn't he? Of course, in season 2 he was definitely very much, he won the first 2 races, didn't he, Farf? He was absolutely on spectacular form, wasn't he, at the beginning of the last season? Unfortunately Farf has lost his way, hasn't he, recently? But I'm wondering if he's going to put in an all-out assault next season, so I'm really interested to see what Farf can do. There's a lot of exciting questions need to be answered next season, isn't there? Now we're coming up the hill into turn 1 as well then, and at the moment then is Jake the Slayer then is oh, did he? I thought he went to the back of the Ferrari then, but I'm not sure if that was just a weird angle. And look at Farfar, he's all over the back of the debutant here, and now the debutant is going to have to defend then, but Farfar almost losing the back of that Renault. Of course, he is scoring points for Ferrari today, and oh, goodness me then, and now he's going to go up and under. He is past, he is through, he is up into 10th position, and on the outside as well, lovely stuff there from Farf, beautifully Carmen collected that. As I said, yeah, Farf, of course, is driving the Ferrari, even though it's a yellow car, he is driving the Ferrari today, and he is up into 10th position, and good stuff indeed there from Farf. Back with this battle here, Mumford and Laggy Racer are still battling, aren't they? And those tires I think are going to start to come into their own now, aren't they? With the medium tires are now going to start to lose grip, aren't they? As we're now approaching the final stages of this incredible United States Grand Prix. It's been a very interesting one, hasn't it? It's been all kinds of accidents and incidents here tonight. Droftas is 7 seconds behind. His Vets is starting to really put an assault now. On the battlefield lead there. It's 1.3 seconds, and he gained 0.5 of a second over Emerson in the last lap or two. As Fireshot has dropped down, and those soft tires have now reached the peak, unfortunately. And Fireshot is gonna have a bit of a wild ride then to the end of this race. Then Mumford is still 0.4 of a second back. He just hasn't gotten. He just run now straight, isn't he? Mumford is. This has been the battle for the second half of the race, then, hasn't it? It's really all calmed down, hasn't it? The first half was absolutely incredible, wasn't it? There was action after action. There was collision after collision. But got the second half of the race. It hasn't been too bad, has it? And now Vesey is under the DRS time now. Oh no, it's now Emerson. Emerson needs these points, doesn't he? Of course, Emerson has been on fine Vettel, hasn't he? Last race and this race as well. But he needs this win here today. But Vesey is really gaining on him. And there's Granty coming as well. And Droftas. Oh my goodness me! The front is separated by almost 3 seconds. Oh my goodness me! I think that's where we're going to need to go to. There it is. And Emerson is leading. I wonder if he's doing some harvesting as he felt that he might need it. As foot down the back straight, and you can see the back rear end lights there were flashing, and they're not flashing now. Vesey's are. Of course, that means that the car in front is harvesting at the moment. And Emerson then, can he battle his way then? I think this will be his 5th race win of the season, won't it? For Emerson if he can. But I think this will be Vesey's. Vesey's first race win of ALR. Of course, so he's had a pole position before. He's never had a race win. Yellow flag, and so one of the Ferraris of double zeros off the track, and him and Farfar are very close, and that's not good there for the Ferrari driver. Oh no, double zero then, who was getting points on his debut, but I don't think that's going to happen now with the soft tires almost at the end there. Vesey is still hunting him down, and Droftas is now a second away then from this battle here. He's dropping back then as he comes through the SSN, and we've also got Granty who wants to get on the rostrum as well then, as we're coming into the final stage of this United States Grand Prix. Lap 27, lap 28, is this going to be one of the last lap like it was in Spain then? There's a whole different ball game here then, so there's all sorts going on here as Farfus got through then. Farfus through and up into 8th position then. Mumford has dropped right down there. Out of the race goes double zero then. What a shame then for double zero on his debut. He was having a good race, wasn't he, up until that point? And now then it's Vesey there is gaining. Emerson, is he going after the front, and he's going to run out straight, is he? No, he's still going for a straight left. He's going to go on the inside. Vesey's going to go on the outside. Vesey's on the outside, but Emerson there parks his car on the inside. Then good stuff indeed. Then is he going to have a lunge? Not quite. Look in the back. Granty's through. Granty is up in the third position. And now then he has Vesey and Emerson inside. So can Granty win this race? This will be absolutely incredible stuff, won't it? But Vesey is there first at the moment. Emerson is under huge pressure there. It's his soft tires there. Did he come in a lap too early? Remember, he came in a lap early to undercut Jonathan, didn't he? Oh goodness me then. I know we're coming into the final lap then of this United States Grand Prix. It's been of course the middle part of the race then was a bit of a lull. Now all of a sudden it's really starting to heat up then, coming into the final lap. 28 out of 28. Granty is 1.5 seconds back. I don't think he's going to have enough. If he was a lap earlier then perhaps then, but I think that he's a lap too late then in the final stage. Laggy Racer is now all over the back there of Sam. If I actually tried to speak for once, on board then with Vez, then you can see. Look at this. He needs to keep to the back of that Mercedes there, doesn't he? And look at this. And Emerson has gained 4/10 of a second on these corners alone. And look at the understeer. Look at how much more input he has to put on the steering wheel as well. No, he's getting a bit wobbly then, flying out of turn 10 then, coming downhill. Nigel is in the points then after Nigel and Jake the Slayer are battling away in turn 1. I think Nigel should be. Oh goodness me, Nigel's away and he's up into 10th position. Good stuff indeed there from the racing point indeed then. And Jake is dropping down then. So where's Vesey? Vesey's too far back then. He just couldn't keep it closer to the back of Emerson. And on the first sector there, and look at how much he gains under braking. Goodness gracious me then. Wow, what a race this has been then. Emerson, can he now? He's got a couple of corners to go before home then. Just a couple more corners to go then for Emerson. And this was very much a very tough race towards the end for Emerson, wasn't it? And here he comes out of turn 18 as well then. And this is going to be Emerson's 5th race win of the season then. That just shows how competitive this season's been, hasn't it? 8 race wins for Granty, and now Emerson is going to have his 5th race win. That's just been about the top 2, hasn't it? Emerson comes through and wins the United States Grand Prix. Fantastic stuff there indeed there. Vesey second, Granty in third, Droftas in 4th. Mr. Elite is going to come through with one of the strongest drives of his career in 5th position there. Fantastic stuff from Mr. Elite. I think that equals his best drive from France in season 1. Remember when he was absolutely fantastic on those wet tyres. 6th position is Sam then. I think this is Sam's best result as well, but let's see about the penalties. Sam is dropping down to 7th position. He's dropped down to 8th position. Farf is up to 6th. Good stuff. Laggy Racer 7th. Sam is in 8th position. No, Sam is down in 10th. Oh no. Mumford is 7th. Laggy 8th. Nigel 9th. Sam in 10th position. Jake is just outside the points 11th. Jonathan in 11th position. And Fireshot coming through in 12th position. His 5th race win of the season then for Emerson, and he takes more points then out of Granty's advantage. So he would have taken another 10 points out, which would mean, bear with me as I quickly get my calculator out, it'll be down to 25 points then. So that is a win. Now separates the two championship rivals as we're now winding down to the final stages of the championship with 3 races to go here in ALR Gold. This is going to be a fantastic end, isn't it? And as the drivers then celebrating, and of what has been a very incredible race to say the least, hasn't it? My goodness me, it was It was a tough old race, wasn't it? Darren saying a great win for Emma there. As Granty saying lucky. We've also got an amazing Darren saying amazing drive from Granty. GG top 3. My controller started bugging, cost me 6th position there, unfortunately for Mumford. Let's take a final look at the classification then from the United States Grand Prix. Hats off to the top 3 who didn't get any penalties at all. Granty, a fantastic drive, but Emerson takes the spoils for his 5th race win of the season. Vesey in 2nd position there. Granty in 3rd there. Drawfast in 4th position. Mr. Elite 5th. Farf in 6th position. Mumford 7th. Laggy 9th. Nigel. Sam in 10th position. He was going so much better for Sam. Unfortunately, penalties caught over in the end. Farshon in 11th position. 12th was Jonathan. And Jake the Slayer in 13th position. Retirement was 00. Then we have Payne, Stee, Dan, Lights and Glock all retired from the United States Grand Prix. And fantastic stuff indeed then. Gavin saying congrats to Emerson. Well done Wesley and Grant as well. Emerson saying a very stressful win. It really was, wasn't it? Goodness me. Whew. Well, I've been I'm absolutely knackered after that race. Incredible stuff indeed then. As now I have the podium sitters there who is joining me in the gantry now. And let's start with the man who has won his 5th race of the season. Emerson, you're only 25 points behind, give or take. Bearing in mind my maths is terrible. But 25 points behind for Granty now in the championship. But this could be a potential pivotal day.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, well, knowing your maths, Sean, it's probably more than that. But yeah. That was a really stressful race from start to finish, but especially the Glock thing at the start, I fully thought that Glock was just going to walk away with the win, and then it really helped me out the fact that he crashed into turn 1. I'm not really sure what happened. I know I made a slight bit of contact with him, but I don't think that was anything to do with me. And then I knew Jonathan had a penalty when he was behind me, and then I just was sticking behind him, and I undercut him, obviously came out ahead, and then the safety car came out again, I think. I'm not really sure what happened, it was such a crazy race. And then especially towards the end, once Jonathan made a bit of contact with whoever it was, I kind of just had championship kind of in my head, and if anyone caught me but wasn't really fighting for championship place, I wasn't going to fight too hard. But those last 6 or 7 laps, probably the longest laps I've ever had to race. It just felt to go on and on and on. And then when I saw Wesley catch me at the very end, I thought he was going to get me. But I think he's made a slight mistake just coming into sector 2, and it gave me a little bit of breathing room, especially on that last lap, to get a good enough gap for him to not make a dive bomb on me to that sharp left-hander. So yeah, but I'm happy with the win. 21st birthday tomorrow. 2 race wins in a row. Yeah, championship is still on.
Well done, Emerson, and happy birthday for tomorrow as well. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Emerson's 5th race win of the season. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Let's come to the man who was 2nd today, and that is Vesey, and I think this is Vesey's 2nd podium of the season as well for Vesey. So hats off to you. No, I think it's your 1st actually. I apologise. Hats off to you, Vesey. Well done today indeed. Then you were charging towards the end, and you was a lap short by the looks of. But do you think the win was on?
Yeah, it was really close towards the end. At one point I thought he was pulling away because the gap went from 1.5 to 2 seconds. I was like, okay, but then after that I started to gain time slowly. Also defending on the Ferrari behind me. And then in the last 3 laps I was like, okay, I'm in the DRS now, let's stay close and hope for a shot in the final 2 laps. Emerson defended well in the 2nd to last lap, and going into the last lap, going into the S's, I lost the rear a bit, which caused me to almost drop out of the DRS, and I was close enough to go for a move. But I'm still happy with P2. It was a good, decent race.
Very good race indeed. Well done, Vesey. Hats off, good man. And let's come to Granty then as well. As Granty, you battled the 3rd position at the end. That was a very tough old race for you today, but definitely championship was on your mind.
Yeah, Chelsea's on my mind. Bit of a joke to be day. Messed up in qualifying. I thought might have got through on the mediums, yeah, no, I didn't. So, bit of a struggle. Smacked into my teammate when Dan went off and fire shot into him. It was all the fuffle on the first like 5-6 laps, and yeah, it was really tough.
Thank you, Granty, and thank you to all the guys then who raced today, and thank you to the rostrum as well. Join us in a week's time as we'll be back in action for the Japanese Grand Prix, the land of the rising sun. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed. Then also tomorrow night it is Silver's turn as we'll be in action again for America, and then on Tuesday night we will be in America again for the bronze action. See you all then. From now, it's goodbye.